In the hollow where the shadows fall, we gather round, we hear the call. Liquid fire from the mountain's hand burns like truth, but it tastes like sand. Oh, it sure feels right at the end of the day. Drink it up, let the story stay. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. The air so thick it hums and sings, a slow dance wrapped in unseen strings, clear as glass, but it bites like a snake, sharp and cold, every breath we take. Oh, the stars know our sins tonight. Sit that burn till the world spins right. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. The mountain whispers secrets deep, the kind you tell.
Hello. Good morning. Oh, sprung. Not ready.
Good morning, good morning.
Howdy. Fancy seeing you here.
Yep. Howdy do.
I do good. How do you do? Miss Teresia, look at that. Where the fuck has 17 months gone?
Oh.
Bless your cotton little socks. Look at you. Now, I'm pretty sure I do have a little ditty to go with that, I think. I'm sure.
If we don't, we'll hum a ditty.
Oh, I was listening to Brett Johnson last night, and I was in his chat, and I said to Tricia, "I'm gonna have to make him a song." I did.
Did you?
It was fucking hysterical.
Oh gosh.
It was fucking hysterical. Oh, I do.
I've got something I wrote about Title IV and all that good stuff and things going on. So I was going to tag him in it, and so I may.
Well,
tag
share
him.
it. Send it to me,
Huh?
and I'll send it to me if you want, and I'll bring it
Okay.
up on stage. Yeah, for shiz. Now I do have a little membership swoop here. Hang on.
Come on in, don't be shy, don't stall. We got a funky vibe. Woo! Defense nice, that's where you belong. Click that like and groove along. Hit subscribe to the love so free. Join the fam where you're meant to be.
What's this one? What have we got here? What do we have? Oh, that's his link, is it? He is amazing, man. And he's so funny. So funny. The shit he comes out with. What did he say?
I love
yesterday?
how he handles them just
Oh.
smoothly. That's
Telling
all. That's
everyone-
how they need it.
He was telling everyone how ugly, I think it was Joe Bobolino's, and he's like going through every analogy, you fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch and the whole lot. And he said, then you couldn't even be wrapped in a fucking flag and be fucked for your country. I just about peed my pants. Fuck, I love him. And Tricia says, "Good morning, dear sweet lady, Brandy.
Good morning, Teresa.
Did you notice what I did to your I hijacked your title
Oh,
whilst you were on the moon."
it's okay. What is it good? It's good.
Yeah.
It's oh, thank you.
And what did I say to you about Tricia? Yeah. All right. So, man, have we got a stream for you. And unfortunately, I don't know if the the planets are going to align with my plans for today. Keep my fingers crossed, but I'll have to wait and see. I'm waiting on answers from 2 people to see, 3 actually, to see if they can join us. And they're pivotal too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, it's 4.
Yep. If you count the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard from Sarah
Not
at all?
this
Because I
morning.
emailed her and I messaged her on Messenger as well. to see if
Not
she was
this
on.
morning. I did last night for a little bit.
Right.
For a minute. She sent a message.
Yep.
So
All right. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, it falls into place. If not, well, we've got all the shit we need anyway. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. This is the lovely Brandy from Appalachia Dreamers. Now, let me put up their YouTube channel link so that you can go over there and give them some YouTube love. There you go. Oh, that's a shop. Shit, sorry. There we go. That's the one. That one. And I don't know how I got, you end up down a rabbit hole, Randy, and you can't get out, and it takes you someplace that you had no plan of ever being.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. I was going through the paperwork and stuff from Ben Fields and Sabrina and trying to put some things together for tomorrow night's stream or tomorrow morning stream, your time. And I was listening, believe it or not, on 1.5 speed because I can't listen any slower, to Hillbilly Crime at the same time.
Yeah.
And she started talking, she was going back through Mickey Stein's deposition. And I listened, I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember hearing that. What the fuck? Hang on a second.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was 18 months ago that I last read through that. So knowing what I know now and going back and reading it again, holy shit balls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, and then that led to me going and listening to Ben's and then Brianna's and then who else did I get through? LaShaw.
LaShawna.
Yep.
LaShawna, yeah.
And I'm like, these fuckers knew for years.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I end up putting together like this forensic timeline because I needed to be able to visualize it in my, like I couldn't click it in my head without seeing it.
You're like me. You have to see it on paper so you can kind of. Yep. I'm like that. Everything I write.
Well, I have to write it down. Like I've got my handy dandy notebook as well. That's just.
Yeah.
It's even got tabs on it.
Yeah.
So I know where to friggin' find what I've. Because otherwise, I end up with bits of scrap paper everywhere, writing shit down.
Just writing little notes, and then you never find it again. And where? And where did I write it?
Well, I did start losing shit, and then I thought, no, Jody, be smart. So what I did was I created these little baskets, and each one has its own little name on it, and I chucked my scraps of paper into them. Yeah. I know, idiot. But they're there.
It's our system. We have a system, and
works for me. So Yeah.
Yeah,
The shit I just kept reading and going, hang on, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound right. What the fuck?
yeah.
Oh,
Why
hang
that?
on a second.
It's like
Let me
skipping
check
around.
that. Yeah.
It's like skip,
Hang on,
skip,
that's
skip,
different.
skip, skip.
Like, and then I went back and read through the Facebook messages between Jason Eccles, Mickey Stines, Ben Fields, even Carolyn Bowling was in there. Who else was in there?
Christine.
Sorry,
Christine.
Christine.
Butler.
Yes, Christine. Yeah. There was a
Was
couple
it
of names I didn't recognise actually. And
James Norris?
yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, and one other.
Let's see, James,
Where did I write
Jason
it?
Eccles, Mickey,
No, it was on a bit of paper somewhere. Hang on. Lexi Stamper, James Norris, and Seth Whitaker is who I wrote down.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they had some pretty raunchy, like kind of messages back and forth.
Yeah, and just crude. But
Yeah.
one of the funniest things I found listening to Jason Eccles this afternoon, Judge Mullins was after his mum. Orcs much like. Hello then, Mr. Una. How you doing? Sorry, I was on a different screen and I was distracted and didn't see the chat. Sorry, my loves. Oh dear. So, yeah, I'm not really sure where to start, but I suppose
Jody, that in my mind, you have Sabrina, you have other witnesses documented that he was seen in videos and this and that happened, and they're like, well, there's no evidence. Well, if you have more than two witnesses, that's evidence.
Well, two or three
or four
accusations in writing,
yeah,
independently of one another, telling the same story.
Yep.
And I initially thought, like, this must have just happened, like he's just been he's just gotten the position and this is over a couple of months period. No, motherfucker. No. It's over at least 2 years. At least 2
Oh, there's stories around town from when they were in college. So, I mean, this goes back. This goes back far.
Yeah. I don't believe, like, I haven't found anything, but I honestly don't believe that Mickey was doing what Ben did. No, I think he had a financial gain. I don't, and it was confirmed through Jason Eccles' deposition that he was having an extra marital affair with Christine Bowling, but I think that was the extent of it. Yeah. I don't think there was that, that depravity element like you get with Judge Mullins, basically. That was my take. And no one, I've not, like for the people I've spoken to, not one person has ever said anything sexual about Mickey, ever.
No. He was over house incarceration with my oldest child. And like I said, he was always kind. He was always good to me. And he never was out of the way, inappropriate. I was younger back then. I know I'm older now, but back then I was at an age, look
he
better.
Was there for a long, long time. Like he got elected as sheriff at what, 2018 initially?
I believe so, but before that, he had been in the courtroom. I mean, everybody knew him.
He had 20 plus years in the Letcher County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
Or for the county, basically, in total, over 22 years.
Yeah.
So, and that was one of the things that I first noticed listening back through it. Okay. So I started off listening to it and they go through, your name, your address, all the rest of it, and your education and training. Now, I didn't realize Mickey, before he became a court security officer, a CSO, which is a responsible position. It is not something like you are in charge of a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
go downstairs, they bring the inmates up, they're, in charge of the courtroom,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like you're the cleaner.
Right.
Yeah. So Mickey's prior experience basically went down to a little bit of time working at a gas station in Neon.
Which is a very tiny, tiny town. I mean, very small.
Well, it will teach you how to fill up your patrol car, I suppose, but not much else. And then he spent some time having social security benefits, and then walked into a patrol officer position in Neon.
Now you go from disabled to
Like that.
Yep.
I think it was a 2-week course he had to do.
Yeah.
That's it. And then he was grandfathered. Yeah. The position as bailiff at the CSO at Letcher County Jail.
Yep.
By was it Stevens? Judge
Jim
Stevens?
Is it Jim Stevens?
Look at me go with my names. Yeah, I'm sure it was. There was 2 people that approached him, and I've lost a bit of paper, haven't I? And one of them was a judge, and they put it to him that the job was available, basically. So he got grandfathered in without having to do jack shit. He did no more.
No, because we have a police academy in Richmond that they're supposed to go to, get the training.
So there's a whole list of criteria that you're supposed to do to be eligible to be a CSO. Like there's a whole gamut of policies and procedures that you've got to go through. Now, let me see if I.
And they're still not doing it right.
No, not even close.
Right now, they're still doing
not even close.
Whoever's family needs a job or a family member needs.
That's another thing I found. There is a policy in Letcher County Jail.
There you go.
Where your family members are not supposed to be employed with you. Like, what the
You had Bert's wife, Bert's brother. I mean, during that time, working.
I've saved it as the wrong thing, I think. God damn. Jodie, why do you have to be so organised but disorganised at the same time? So anyway, basically, he skipped all of the prerequisites. There's like FBI fingerprint things, and they actually have a screening tool they use to see whether or not your personality is suitable for the position, which Ben did. He did. And I've been trying to get my grubby little fingers on it, and I can't. I can't get it. But then I found this. I found like another rabbit hole. The policies of the Letcher County Sheriff's Department on how to process complaints and shit. Yeah.
That's.
And
who knew that existed?
Yeah, and like little things like. So the contract, I've got Sabrina Atkins's contract for her ankle monitor. And that has all the, how she's supposed to look after it, blah, 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 what she's supposed to do, and also the cost of it. Now, that actually states, have I got it here? I think I have. Yes, I do. All right, let me share it and I'll show you. So I'm not talking shit. I shit you not. This is legit, okay? This is her from Eastern Kentucky Correctional Services. That is her. Oh, scroll up because I don't want you to see her.
Right.
Yeah. So down the bottom here. Okay. You wish to participate in the home detention program, blah, blah, blah. These are the conditions. Okay. It says, I understand that in order to defray the costs of the monitoring equipment and supervision described above, I will be assessed as I have been assessed as. Start again.
Start over.
The fee is as follows: $65 one-time hookup fee and $85 weekly paid in advance fee for the monitoring, and all payments must be made in cash. And then I have a listen to whose deposition was it? I think it might have been it was Ben's. He was charging $150 hookup and then the $85 a week fee.
So he was getting to keep that.
That's in his
extra.
deposition. Yep. And on top of that, I found out that Eastern Correctional, what's it called? Yeah, them. The ankle monitor
Yeah,
people.
family.
They had, where is it? Mickey. All right, so it was pretty much about $30K a year, basically.
Yeah.
The salary for that. Plus, then he had his deputy job. But Mickey was getting, on top of all that, a monthly fucking commission for every ankle monitor he put on. Every single one.
Yeah.
$3 a head. So there's your incentive.
Is it like $3 per day or
No, $3 per person.
per
And it
person?
worked out to be around $1,000 a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Plus, you know, if they
Mhm.
charge different prices for the bracelet, which
What
I've
else
heard
is that
different
they get?
people, everybody I've asked has had a different price they had to pay.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Because there isn't like a set.
right.
It was basically up to Mickey or Ben to work out what the fee was. But
Plus, Jody found programs that could have helped.
oh
everyone.
man,
They gave us no clue about any of it. None. So I was frazzled with that, you know, because it was like, how, you know, yeah.
the more I thought, like, the more I look, Brandy, the more I find this. Like
Yeah.
I was reading through Nicole's what do you call it? Tweet on Twitter yesterday. And it all came back to a government funded program.
Yeah.
And what I have deduced through all of my, like, you got no idea how many hours and shit, days, weeks, months I've
Oh,
read.
Lord, I think you put so much into all this.
I even I felt so I had to laugh at myself because I'm watching a court video and I'm like, hey Brandy, is that Jason Eccles in the court?
It was. you recognize people now.
Recognizing people like the fuck. So yeah, I have deduced that it's my belief that the drug court itself, because I've never ever heard of a drug court specifically. Like it's rehab, and you have the different rehab programs, be it drug, alcohol, whatever. Within that, what I think that they've done, and it's all on Mullins because he was the overseer of all of that, and that was part of the committee that he was involved in, right? So he makes these committees and they make up all of these wonderful ideas and put all of these things, options and, proposals forward to the government. The government provides them with a beautiful lump of money and then they do jack shit. They don't provide it. They just pocket it. And I think Kevin and whoever else has created this drug court in a very, very specific way with very specific rules, regulations, controls, the lot, but they've also tailored it to get the maximum amount of funding as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
And
Well,
it not only takes away your rights, but it allows you to cycle back through because I think it was in Brianna's deposition, she said, no, it was hillbilly crime. We've actually agreed on a couple of things recently, and that scares me. But said that she wanted to see the actual the success results of drug court because in her view,
it's horrible.
it's like 99% of people. Once you're in there, she said, I turned it down because 99% of people fail. And
Yes.
I know that that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to fail to get cycled through. That's the whole
Well,
point.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're not just cycling through the program. You've got to think by the time you hit drug court, where is your spouse? Where's your kids? You know, your kids are gone.
Yep. Yep.
You've got this whole broad programs they put in front of you and say, okay, now you've got to take all these steps. You've got to do all these programs before you can be a family again. And money,
And
money,
then
money, money, money,
if
money,
you
money.
fail,
All of
you
it.
get sanctioned or you go back to jail. And that's the truth. There you go.
And
And before you know it, 15
there's
years. is gone.
so very few people can even complete drug court.
Yeah.
It's
That's what I'm
it's,
saying. Where are
stack-
the results? Where are
and
the statistics?
I have asked and asked and asked, and I'll ask again. You know, if anybody has, you know, your contract or the book of rules, please just, you know, because nobody has it. They signed it, but
They never
they
get a
don't give
copy.
you a copy of it, so you don't know what your you know what you can do, can't do. They make it up as they go. If you do something up,
Yeah.
that's a
I believe
sanction.
they do. I believe they do. And
Yeah.
that between that and the jail,
It's
man,
heartbreaking what they're
you've got
doing.
come out with no rights. You've got no say. You are at their mercy. 100% at their mercy. And it's all for money.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it. And it's sickening. Oh, hello, Miss Penny. How you doing? Sorry. I'm a little bit distracted. I'm on a I'm on a tangent. Anyway, so yeah, like, and that's why they chose the I'll get this off the screen, sorry. That's why they chose, oh, where do we go? To hire an external ankle monitoring company and not a state funded one, because the state funded one already has the fucking funding. Yeah, they don't get any benefit from it. If you hire a private one, well, not only can you claim back all the costs involved on your tax for hiring them, but you can claim all these different things. There's 4 avenues of government funding right at your fingertips, right there and there, ready made.
Yep. And it's sad because
they have sucked everything dry, everything. And like, you do a search, just a Google search on the grants that have been approved just in Letcher County with water, floods, mining, you name it. They have funded.
We never got, like, Pike County and Perry County. Their towns were growing with the coal severance tax. Their town was growing and getting bigger, and Whitesburg never seen any of their coal severance tax. Letcher County never got.
You can't tell me that you got all that funding from the floods. Like, there was
all
millions
the floods
and
was that devastated me, because, you know, to be offered $1,700 for your whole life by FEMA.
It's
when you literally got out with just the clothes on your back, barely, it's insulting. It's, you know, it's like, oh, you're uneducated, so here, this is all we're going to give you.
Yeah, it's all you're worth.
Yep.
And that's back to Bashir, isn't it? That's on him, yeah?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he showed up during the flood and made his little visit, but he only went to the good areas of town. Oh, no, we didn't go to the backwoods and the hollers and the people that really got just, I mean, everything wiped out. I mean, you know, Ty even mentioned it, you know, we had families sleeping under tarps and stuff in the wintertime, you know, so it was a bad situation, and it was a joke.
So fucking mad.
Yeah.
So mad. So, hello, Miss Simmy. She says hello to Jody and Brandy, Tricia, Udahef. Hello, my love. Oh, we've got our wrenches back. What happened?
What is it?
You know, how, like, when you're a mod, you get the blue wrench beside your name. Well,
Yeah.
you've changed it to a shield for some fucking reason, and now the wrenches are back.
Maybe they was testing or trying something out.
Oh, NFI, love NFI. What does Teresia say? I can honestly say FEMA came through for my sister who lost everything. Well, that's good. Maybe Lawrence
Yeah, I'm
County.
glad the people that did get help. I'm not saying that.
No.
You know, no, not at all. It's just what they done. I can personally say what they done to me, and it was not a good situation at all. So
You still see shields? I don't. I shit you not. I see wrenches. I'm going to take a picture. I can show you. Why would
it
that
don't
be?
show me the comments. I have to.
Oh, do you want me to put them on screen for you, love? Hang on.
No, it's okay. I will just.
They're probably too small for you to read there anyway, are they?
Yeah. I'll go over and just pop on with the other phone.
You can't click on them. You can't see them at all.
Yeah, on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, let me make it a little bit bigger.
You should be able to click on them.
There we
put
go.
them on the screen. Have a go. If you press on one of them, it should bring it on screen. You should be able to do that from where you are. No?
I've got it. I can see when you put them up. So
if you click on someone's name, does it give you the option to put it on stage or not?
I see shields too, Jody. I'm seeing shields too on yeah.
The fuck? I wonder if it's an Australia thing. I'm going to take a photo and I'll show you. Oh, don't take one of me, you dickhead. I'll show you a photo of me taking the photo, right? So that you know I'm not shitting you. I'll show the shields. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Wild. Yeah, in the comments, like on the comments, like I'm on my other phone, it's showing little shields. So I think it's weird.
Can you see that or not? That light's probably not the best. Oh, I can't hold my arm up. Sorry.
It's going to be a pain.
I sent Jody a screenshot. Oh.
Okay. That's
I'll send that back to you, Teresia. Do get on it. The fuck was that? One of my cats is going rogue, I think. What did you send me, Missy? Oh, she did too. Oh no. I just looked at my own picture. Idiot. Oh, well, so yeah. Hers show shields. Can you see that? Sorry, that light is and I can't lift my arms up, sorry. I've got all of my bloody ligaments in my both shoulders have been snapped and I can't lift them above. Oh, where'd you go?
I'm here. I'm still here.
I can't lift them above
I'm
my
doing
shoulder.
Something I probably shouldn't do on camera.
That's all right. It's all right. That's why I vape.
Yeah. I don't. I can. It chokes me to death. I don't know why. So.
Well, you probably got asthma, have you?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I shouldn't even be doing this, but.
No. I don't think I could go back to smoking now.
That's what Sarah says. That's what Sarah said. It's you know.
It's awful. It stinks. It stinks, and that's from a smoker.
Yeah, it does.
So, welcome to the newbies that have come in. Thank you. What have we got? Oh, excuse me. Who have we got? We have hello, Diamond in the Sticks. How you doing? Good morning, girls, she says.
Hi, Diamond.
Tracy, oh my God, for 2 days straight, I couldn't move or lift my shoulder better now. Ah, yes. Beside us. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. Hello, Sandra Davis. Sarah Davis, how you doing? Sandra. And
That's my
glasses.
baby.
I
The
need
baby.
me some glasses. Ones that work just for show. Clearly. Oh dear. Oh yay! Yay! That's exciting.
Let's see.
Guess
Oh,
who's going? All right, I can tell you now. Guess who is coming to join us? Yep.
oh.
I've got a couple of things going on. Sorry. So I sent out a few invitations for people to come and join us today. People that could give us that pretty much the only people that could give us the actual details because they experienced it themselves.
Yep.
Yep. So yes, you are correct, Miss Tricia. Gold star. I don't know who the fuck told you. But yes, just that little bing you heard. She'll be joining us shortly. Woo! That's exciting. That's exciting.
It is.
Because I don't think she's actually spoken in public before.
I don't think so.
No, I don't believe she has. So yay. I know she had a 9 o'clock appointment. That's why I kept it later.
That was me. I sent you that thing I wrote this morning, or yesterday, and last night, or
Oh, yes. Thank you. Remind me to put it up. Yes. I've been I've been chatting to her since before it wasn't really a trial because it never got to that stage. And looking back now, I didn't think it never would have. They wouldn't allow the secrets to come out over cross-examination. There's no way. They have to control the narrative. So that's why I believe you'll never go to trial. Never.
No. Because everybody was waiting for this moment, and they knew that. They knew that what would come out would cause them so much more, than what.
They can't control what the other attorney, the defendant's attorney, will ask and what they will get out of them as under cross-examination. So they can't take that risk. There's no way. And initially, I actually need to correct the record because I thought that Daniel Dotson was present at Mickey's deposition via Zoom and not in a professional capacity. But when I reread it, he actually was there. Apparently, he was held on retainer by Mickey prior to, just as a standard thing for the sheriff to do, held on retainer in case he was ever needed to represent him. So Daniel Dotson was actually at Mickey's deposition, and he controlled pretty much the narrative.
Right, and how was he allowed to do that, not being his attorney? You got to ask questions like that.
I didn't think he was an attorney there, but he was. He was held. There was two of them. There was the one that the sheriff's department give you, like the public defender.
Yeah.
And Shaw, is it Shaw?
And so Daniel was like a personal, more of a maybe.
Daniel was there because Mickey had kept him on retainer to represent him should he ever need it. So he was actually there in person for the deposition, and he pretty much controlled what he said and didn't say and what he couldn't remember because he forgot a lot. And the other guy was just there, and it was Sabrina who was on the Zoom call listening to it. So I was wrong. He was there, but he did not pursue his defense from then on. That was the only time that he represented Mickey. So, but yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think that was the case. But yeah, it's amazing what you find when you reread. So there's a few other things that popped up with Mickey's deposition. And the first thing, I don't know if you'll remember, but he was at the very start of his deposition, he admitted to, his attorney, the other guy, Shaw, when Bethany Baxter asked a question, he got very confused and couldn't work out what she was asking. And the attorney said, "Oh, look, I'm sorry, but it's Mickey has suffered from Californian encephalitis. And when he gets stressed, it makes it worse." And I called bullshit to start with. I'm like, what the fuck, Californian encephalitis? Well, really? Like,
Yeah.
that was another rabbit hole I went down to. And it is actually a thing. It's
Yeah.
actually a thing. Because I wanted to know what long-term effects or cognitive effects that could have had on Mickey.
Right.
And apparently it can. A lot. Like, what did I write? It's actually a real thing. It can cause huge cognitive impairments long term. It's transmitted by mosquitoes, not by ticks, like they were told. And it could potentially really work towards his insanity defense.
Yeah.
Just quietly.
Yeah.
Because the way that I read the symptoms, long-term possible cognitive symptoms, it actually can cause a level of intellectual disability. And that scared the fuck out of me. Like, this is your sheriff.
Your
He's
sheriff, right?
He's had a bit of, petrol pumping or gas pumping, whatever you want to call it. And a 2-week course. And he is your fucking elected sheriff.
Yes, responsible for keeping us safe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
could potentially have quite easily got a disability payment, and retired.
Do you think that's maybe what the disability was for the first time? In between the
Was he on disability between his gas station and his patrol officer position? Was that disability, not social services?
Oh, yeah, Social Security is disability here in America. So if he got
Oh.
Social Security, he got disability benefits.
So what's the other one where you can't get a job?
That's
it-
unemployment.
Yeah.
Unemployment.
What's that called?
Just unemployment. They
Oh.
call it through. It's through the state. I believe it's
Oh,
more
my-
like a SNAP benefit, kind of links in with all that, and then Social Security would be disability SSDI or SSI. Which SSI would be, where you haven't worked all the hours and everybody just gets the same amount.
Okay. The Sheriff's Council doesn't give legal counsel. A public defender is assigned by the judge and magistrate defendant if the determined the defendant cannot. Yeah, that's normally the case. Like, they are definitely assessed monetary wise, but apparently there is some clause in one of the policies and procedures that I saw that allocates as part of the sheriff's department, that I can't even remember where I saw it, but it does allocate an attorney to them. It may not be termed a public defender. I probably used the wrong terminology there, but they are they do have the ability to use their elected provided attorney through the sheriff's office or something to that effect. I'll have to find where I referenced it, but
It kind of makes you wonder, though. I know, usually they give you an attorney. If your income, you have a low income, or
Yep.
So he had another
I think
home.
it's one of the perks of the job. Like, you get the car and the badge and the BB gun.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't help that one. Oh, Lord. So, all right, what have I done? I've done the commission. So, now, Mickey claimed to have no knowledge of anything to do with any sexual claims, any abuse, any reports, anything, up until he was approached by Judge Jimmy Craft and
Robbie
Cancer, yeah?
Cancer.
Okay. Those two told him the day of. Is that because the Sabrina had filed? And it was
I
public knowledge,
believe
or
this happened later. I'm going to say after.
you know what? I should just get up my timeline and have a look because I did that. For that
Yeah.
reason, idiot. All right, let's do it. Oh man, my back. Okie dokie. So Mickey claimed that he didn't know anything prior to that. And that was the day that he, well, it states in his deposition that he called Ben into his office and had a private discussion with him and basically gave him his marching orders, put him on unpaid leave. Now, Brandy tells me that that may have been the case, but prior to that,
He was
what did he
put on
do?
blast. He was put on blast. I never could figure out why they went and apologized because I just, couldn't put it together. And I reckon he walked Mickey come into the courtroom during proceedings during drug court and asked for Ben's badge and gun
In the drug court in front of everybody.
in front of everybody.
Wow.
So, and anything happening in drug court is, secret. It's kind of like a secret decoder club there. But, you're not supposed to speak of anything coming, out of it. So, but I was told that he approached Ben during, the drug court and was told, your badge and gun, there's
Yep.
someone else come forward. And, this is, ridiculous, basically. So
he got raked over the coals in front of everyone at drug court
Yep.
and then taken back to his office. Now, that took me down another rabbit hole, and I went down the complaints procedures and policies, that the process that they have to go to process a complaint from Mickey, like what Mickey had to do. And apparently he was supposed to have, if it's anything to do with sexual abuse, he is supposed to have provided a witness to be there and to have recorded it.
yes,
Where did I see it? Okay.
I believe we had a witness.
Police, sheriff's employees' responsibilities. Whenever a police employee becomes aware of a citizen complaint for misconduct, it shall immediately notify an on-duty supervisor. Well, he was the sheriff. So who else would he have notified, perhaps? The jailer?
Should have.
Yeah, you think?
Considering.
Yeah. If a supervisor cannot be made available or the party making the complaint refuses to wait, the employee will gather all available information and complaint and contact numbers. Employee shall ensure the information is given to a supervisor, blah, blah, blah. Failure to follow these acceptance provisions will result in disciplinary action against the involved employee. Supervisor's responsibility. Conduct a tape-recorded interview with the complaining person attempted to ascertain each and every allegation of misconduct alleged. The complaining person can refuse to be tape recorded. In these cases, the supervisor, well, we've got all of them on deposition anyway, but as far as Ben goes, he was supposed to have done the same to him, but with a witness. And that never happened. In Mickey's deposition, it was a closed door, him and Ben only.
Yeah. Which was against the rules.
Yeah. But that was on the 31st of January, 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. That he was let go. Well, he was put on unpaid leave, basically. And then he went out and in Jason Eccles' statement, from that day on, Mickey was holding regular meetings with them to keep them updated on what was going on with Ben and all the rest of it. So he was keeping them informed. Where did I see it? It's here.
I mean, does that not kind of throw a little bit of like kind of suspicion, like, guys, we need to watch what we're doing right now? Kind of Yep. the shit button got hit.
Yeah. Where are all the logs of the records of all these complaints in the management system? Like,
I don't believe there is.
no.
You know.
Assign the investigation to the appropriate agency for investigation. Yep. Assign the investigation a due date for completion within 30 days. Oh! Oh! Surprise! Something went. 1 second, my love. Let me go back to this setting here. Well, hello there, madame. How you
Hello.
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very, very well, love. Very well.
I'll be right back.
What are you up to, miss?
I've just been up cleaning and doing our daily morning rituals.
It's another day, isn't it? It just
Another
goes
day.
on. Another
Yes.
day ended in fucking why.
Yes, ain't that's the truth.
Do you know what? I actually had to make a phone call this morning to someone in Queensland, and we were trying to work out the time difference.
Mhm.
And I'm arguing with them, saying, no, Queensland's an hour behind because of daylight savings. And they're like, daylight savings ended 4 days ago.
Right. That would be me.
Yep. Okay. I had to Google it. And I was off by 4 days. I'd missed it. Idiot. So, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you heaps for joining us, Sabrina. It's really, really good to see you. I know we've
Yes.
spoken on the phone and stuff, but yeah, it's nice to
Right.
Put a face to the voice.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, I feel like I know you inside and out because I've studied your case so much. And you're probably looking at me going, who the fuck's this woman?
You are very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Smart ass Aussie
She
chick.
is.
Fucking what? No,
I need you to come be my lawyer.
I would happily.
She's been so helpful and done so much work with all this. I'm
Yeah.
just so thankful, you
Yeah.
know,
It's
for
amazing.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
my love, you are more than worth it. You
Right.
are way more than worth it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome that you're trying to help everyone. There's not really a lot of people that reach out to help over
There
here.
should be more of it. There should be more
No,
of it.
we're supposed to be seen, not heard.
Yes, exactly.
That's the hardest thing that I've had to try and like accept or try and absorb, because that is so far from what I have been brought up with and how I've been taught. Like, so for me to grasp that concept has been really, really hard. Like, I'm like, why won't you come on? Like, what's wrong?
I told her that we're taught from little girls that we're to be seen and not heard.
Right.
And we see nothing, we hear nothing, we know nothing,
Yep.
and that's just how we were raised. And
Yes.
it
Well, my
kind of
mum
carried
tried
over.
She did try that initially, but you know.
But you were brave enough to speak up, and
Gave
thank
up
you
after
too,
a while.
Sabrina. Thank you
Well-
for paving the way for like the rest of us to come in and hopefully see some kind of change, or
Yeah.
get help.
Well,
That's
There's
what I
stuff.
pray for every day of my life, is that all this at least, help someone or made some
Yes.
kind of difference.
Yes.
Because,
Yes. Even one person, if one person
yes.
benefits from it, it's been worth it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
one.
it's helped. Well, it's helped me a lot, to speak up now and be like, I can do this. I can do. Pump myself up. Because
You don't give yourself enough credit, Brandy. You really don't. You are just the strength that you guys have. It blows me every day. Like, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. And it's a testament to you. That's all I can say. You've got the skills. You've got the knowledge. You just need
I'm
the
sorry.
power back. No, you're right, love.
you're fine.
I'm
just need
sorry.
the power
My
back.
phone keeps ringing.
I fucking hate that. That's why I like to stream at night. Otherwise, the door goes, the bloody phone goes. So we were just touching on, like, I went back through Mickey Stines' depot, and it showed a whole lot of shit that I didn't pick up the first time 18 months ago. And same goes for the rest of them because I followed through. And I actually, did you get the chance to see the timeline? Oh, who's that?
Serve on my phone so everybody, when the phone's ring off the hook, that's all it does.
Where did you go? Hang on, I'll put you back on. Oop. Where is she? There she is.
So how are y'all this morning?
Good, love. It is this morning now. It's 1 a.m. here, which is good. I watched a bit of Brett Johnson. I won't lie. I caught Tricia in the chat there and said, right, miss, you got 45
Y'all keep
minutes.
going out.
Hey?
Y'all keep going. Their sound keeps going in and out.
Oh. Is that just you, or is anyone else noticing is it sound issues on my side, or is it?
I'm okay, but the service back home is sketchy as can be. So
that's because there's so many people in the area that are spying on you. They're taking up all your wave band, all your bandwidth. Too many people fucking watching. And Sabrina's frozen again. Hang on. Add her back. There you go. Oh, no, where'd she go?
Can you hear
Come
me?
back. Baby, come back. There you go.
There
we
we
go.
go.
Sorry.
Oh, good, love. Don't worry, it's not a stream without technical issues. You
No,
watch it.
not at all.
Right.
Would not be normal.
Fucking hell. Shit that I can do. Yeah, so did you get a chance to look at the timeline that I did?
Yes, I glanced over it a little bit, but yeah, pretty right on.
I didn't realize, as I was saying to Brandy before, when I first read all over it, I had assumed that it was over like a couple of months between the start when
Right. No.
I didn't even know that Brianna was the first one until a few months ago. But from the first complaint that she made to Mickey, who claimed to know nothing before being approached by Jimmy Kraft and what's his name?
Robbie Kinzer.
Yes. Knew nothing before then.
No.
Really, motherfucker? No. So
everybody knew.
Yeah.
Like 2 years. 2 years. And to try and tell me that the jailer was not aware of anything in that 2 years, I'm sorry. No. No.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Like when I was in jail there, Bert Sloan had called me into his office because I had one of the things that happened was they didn't let me shower for 9 days. I was up front, and they ended up having to take me to the hospital for an infection.
It's your
I
heart.
remember you telling me that,
Yes. And then there was a girl in there with us, and she had a colostomy bag, and the female guards that night left, and so she had emptied her colostomy bag. All the guys were hollering, making fun and stuff. So we filed a complaint, and they ended up doing a pre-investigation, which I still don't know what happened there. And Bert Sloan had come to his office, and he's like, I know you don't, you think our jail's dirty, and it was. It was the most. I mean, it's filthy.
Disgusting.
I've got photos.
And he said, he knew I'd worked in the Pike County Jail. He said, "Do you have any suggestions?" I said, "Work your inmates.
Yeah.
They're dying to get out. Work them."
Yeah.
And then he bought us pizza the next day. And they said, them girls said that was the first time they'd ever bought pizza for jail.
Yeah.
So,
It's like they'll do something nice to make everybody kind of forget. Like, we've done something horribly wrong, but we'll be a little kind to you.
Yeah.
And get you back on our side, and then it goes right back to shit.
I didn't realize how much control he actually has.
Well, he was the one responsible, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. That was in charge of the house arrest companies.
He was in charge of everything.
Yes.
Every
I don't know why the jail and the physical court wasn't included in my lawsuit, to be honest with you.
Honey, let me tell you, that jail has never been held accountable for anything that's ever happened down there. I've got, things that's went on, and it's just for years just been overlooked, ignored, and you know,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
sad.
That was the dirtiest job I've ever been in my life. You
Yep.
know, and I tell you what, I looked at the attorney general. I said I would cut my throat before I go back to that jail. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
And I
so
think that's
to
the
fix
whole.
it to where I don't have to ever go back to that jail.
I think
Yep.
that's the whole point of it. I think that's why they
Yeah.
do it, because that's where
Well,
they.
see, sorry guys.
No.
We was talking. Me and Bree was talking once, and she was saying the same thing about it. Being nasty and
Yeah.
everything, and not wanting to go back, and nobody does. But they will pull them aside after leaving them there for 6 months with nothing going on. No charges, no nothing
Yeah.
happening. And
Yeah.
it's a horrible situation. And then they'll take you upstairs and go, okay, we'll give you 10 years, because if
Yeah.
you go to trial, you're looking at 20, 30,
Yes.
they're going to get you.
And
And
that's
they
all
don't even
bullshit.
have evidence,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
No.
But if you think you're going to be down there for longer, you take what they give you to get out.
And if
You
your
know,
only other option
Yeah.
is,
Absolutely.
a filthy fuckwit like Ben Fields or drug court, what are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
When I was, when I was first put out in house arrest, and me and the guy I was dating up there broke up, and I had to leave. I had nowhere to go. I'd send in motions, ask for a change of venue, conflicts of interest, everything in the world. Go to rehab and wear my bracelet, not paperwork. I was denied every motion.
Yeah.
I thought, what do you expect
Yep.
me to do here? I'm leaving
Who
with
was
a
that in front of?
stranger.
Was that in front
I'm
of Jimmy
leaving,
or in front
yeah,
of Mullins?
it was crazy.
That's why we
Who
need to
denied
find
it?
loopholes and go back at them.
Was
I
it
just,
Jimmy Craft or was
I
it
wasn't that
Mullins?
smart
Denied
enough,
it?
then. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess, but just being scared over in that county and between the drugs, I was scared to death to do
Yeah.
yeah,
anything.
I'd say so. I'd say so, because it wasn't home for you. Everybody in
No.
there kind of knows each other, and
That's right.
you come
That's
in
right.
kind
You're
of,
the pot, don't you? Now,
yeah,
there was actually, I read somewhere too that they were supposed to be able to reallocate you back to Pike, even though you were arrested in Letcher, but they refused that, didn't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they kept you there.
Yeah.
So who denied the motions? Was it Judge Mullins or was it Jimmy Craft?
Jimmy
Or
Craft.
both?
craft.
Jimmy
Craft.
Craft. Jimmy fucking
You
Craft.
know
And,
that I
and
have.
his name
Fucking
is on
Jimmy.
everybody's paperwork.
Fucking
That's
Jimmy.
I've
Well,
noticed.
here's the thing with Judge Kraft is, okay, he knew that this was happening. Now, I don't know if he knew for a day or if he knew for 10 days or 3 weeks, okay? He did not report it. Now, that is
No.
a crime, and I have the KRS law to back it, but the Attorney General, Russell Cummins himself, told me that it wasn't. And even if it was, it would be a Class B misdemeanor, and he wouldn't lose his job.
Bullshit.
He didn't even get an ethical violation, and my lawyer's saying she would be a witness to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
That
tell
he
you
admitted to
bullshit
it.
the whole time. They feed you
Yes.
full of bullshit and you believe them because you don't know any different.
No,
No,
and I
it's not.
still to this day cannot figure out why that man did not get an ethical violation for that. Nothing.
Exactly.
No, we've never been held accountable for anything.
Oh,
No,
Never.
there's not been anything reported, because if they report it, they lose funding. Period.
right. And I have seen to that judicial conduct committee. I know them on first name basis. They hate me because I keep sending in and in and in. No,
Who cares?
I don't. If it don't make sense in my head, then I can't deal with it. I'm held accountable for my actions.
Yep.
So why are they not held accountable for theirs?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
100%. It's two sets of rules and
it is, and that
It's
just
sad.
got on
And
for 60.
Sabrina, you coming from another county, did you notice that inside the jail, even like if some people were treated better than others, like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
somebody
Mhm.
come in that had a name in the
Yeah.
county or their family did,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it's like they were in and out quick.
Yep.
It was, kept kind of quiet, and behind the scenes, everything was took care of,
Right. Yes,
And-
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're labeled the good old boys, but it's not really. It is the good old boys, but they're the ones that are the front that you see, like the Dotsons and the Mullinses and the the Sloans. But it's the wealthy families
The
behind them.
Childers,
And
the
I'll tell you
Childers,
something
and
that's really, really unfair to Brianna is that, her and the gentleman I had dated at that time, I'm not going to say his name, I fought to get him back on drug court, and they let him back on drug court. in Knott County.
They employed
Brianna
him.
went to jail because nobody stood up and said, "Hey, this ain't right." You know, they're only doing this because of this. And I did him. And they let
Yeah.
him back to drug court, and here she got put in jail. And that still isn't right. And,
Well,
I hate
actually,
that for her.
And
he
they
was the only
breezed
one.
him. Oh, sorry, Jody. But
No, no.
they breezed him through drug court
Yes.
faster than anybody I've ever seen in my
Yes.
life.
And then hired
And I
him.
don't understand that.
Then gave him a
Nobody
job.
else ever goes through that quick.
He's got a big, nice, cushiony job, and I mean, sitting really good. And I don't understand why.
And
Which,
he left a
his
wreckage
family,
behind him.
his family has money. Don't get me wrong. So
Mhm.
that's probably the reason.
There will be a link to someone, whether it be a Mead or a Shepherd or a
Yeah.
Hog, or there will be
Cook
somewhere.
or a Hatton or something.
Yeah,
Something.
that's where it comes back to. Because Ben has his uncle is a Mead.
Yes.
Yeah, that
There you
he was the wacky brother that they kind of took care of. That I was with his nephew one time, just kind of hanging out, and he told me, he said, "Don't go around him." He said,
No.
"Because I don't want to have to punch him, for saying
He-
something to you." And I thought,
He
okay,
is a very horrible person. Horrible.
he is.
I can't say it enough.
Yeah. What did I say to you the other day? I hope the fleas of 1,000 camels infest his asshole.
I mean, he's one of the nastiest, perverted men I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Oh,
There is no
that's the
word.
truth.
None.
Yeah.
There are no words for the disgust
No.
and contempt that I have
No.
for that man. Well, no, he's not even a man. He's a boy.
that's exactly right.
He's that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 days without a shower, Moonlake said she went to that. So were you and your mate at Letcher County as well?
Yeah, I was in Letcher County, and finally I got up, and that's when Danielle was working there, and I just pulled down my pants. I was like, "Something's wrong with me. Y'all gonna have to take me to the hospital," and they did, and I had an infection.
They are legally responsible because when you're incarcerated, your basic rights, that's whole part of it. You're supposed to be removed from society and have some rights withheld, but that makes them accountable for your basic civil rights.
Yeah.
Basic. And showering, hygiene, that's part of
Especially
it.
for a woman.
Correct. And
Exactly.
what disgusted me was the story where you guys have to actually show like your menstrual pads to a guard to make sure that you have used the full 100% capacity of it before you get a second one. Like,
That's crazy.
and
No, I didn't have that issue, but like I've seen enough over there. Lord have mercy.
the other thing that they do, they're not a level 4 funded facility. So when they have inmates that come in, like felons with level 4 funding, because they do house murderers and the rest of it, how they get around it, they don't classify them, so they don't get them arraigned.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't arraign them. Once they're arraigned, they're given a classification, but they can hold them for 5 fucking years before they arraign them.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Which
claim the funding.
is against your due process.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's due process of law that
Correct.
you're speedy and quick trial. And if
Correct.
you look at the Kentucky Constitution or whatever, they have a whole list of things that jailers are required. I mean,
Yes, they do.
and they have broke every single. I mean, there's a witness to probably every rule being broke.
There is
and
4 individual funding sources for the ankle monitoring program alone, and
Yes.
they never offered any of it. None of
never.
it.
I mean,
Never.
and I broke
Never.
down when Jody told me that. I broke down crying because I remember when my son was on house arrest, us
Yeah.
having to decide whether we were going to get groceries
Yes.
or keep him out of jail.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to go hungry
Yes. Yes.
and know that they could have helped us.
That's
Yeah.
on Bert. That's on Bert.
That's how it was when I was over there. Here, I was away from my family.
Yeah.
In a stranger, they wouldn't let me work at first. And like, what am I supposed to do? How you expect me to do this $85 a week?
Yeah.
What did
And,
what was their reasoning for keeping you there? Like,
They were trying to break
that
her.
good?
Yeah.
They were trying to break her.
Yeah.
That's
Break
what
her.
they do with
They
all
did
of
at
them.
first. They did at first.
Yeah.
It's Lord, it was horrible.
It's a horrible place.
Yes, it is. Like Pike County Jail, I will say this, it's the cleanest jail I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
That's the thing that Tanya Fields over here makes sure of, that jail is clean. So I was used to something like this. And
Yeah.
go over there, and I mean, I was in the drink tank, halfway on the wall is nothing but garbage. Nothing but garbage and spit,
The
snow
mold on the
cans and
wall.
all that stuff. It was awful.
So you were, did I hear you correctly? You were in law enforcement before you were incarcerated. Is that right? Like you've got a history of,
I
yeah,
used to work at the Pike County Jail on the state post 9. Yeah.
as like a correctional officer?
Yes, I supervised the guys in the kitchen while they cooked. And then down at post 9, I done the car crash reports.
And
Yeah.
see, that's what angers me, because they come in, swooped in, ruined her reputation,
Yeah.
made
I had
her
to work
look
less
like,
than, yeah.
and it's like, we had lives before this county destroyed us. We
Yeah.
are not what they say we are
No.
No.
at all.
But
I
they,
still have a hard time even going down to my house here, just because so many people say things, and like my lawyer had to write a letter to the mayor to get him quit pulling me over.
Yep.
Uh,
still,
my son. No, I'm good now since she wrote that letter. My son still can't get a job in this town.
No,
Can't hire a
you're
lawyer.
still in Letcher County.
Huh?
You're still in Letcher County. You haven't gone back
No,
to
I'm in
Pike.
Pike. I'm in
she's
Pike.
at Pike. But
Yeah.
it reaches that far, because we went to Pike and Perry looking for attorneys to help with the stuff with the kids.
can't find
And if
one.
we hadn't
No.
have found the one we found, which, how that is, but you mentioned Letcher County and they just look at you like, I ain't fooling with that.
Yeah, as soon as they hear my name or they'll see my face, it's over. And I did work at them places, and I worked at the phone company for 10 years. I had a life. I lost my baby brother who I'd raised since he was
Oh,
13 to an overdose. And
Yep.
I was in a domestic violence marriage, and I fell into it.
Yep.
And,
that,
struggled with it, not for so many years. And, what do? They throw me into some hands of help, somebody like being Fields.
Yep.
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 and
That's
that's where
how I
that
got help.
abuse of power makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they are taking it, and they know they're taking
And when
advantage.
Ben went to jail, I think it was about a week or 2 weeks, is when I was on probation. They called me in for a drug test, said I failed it, put me back in jail. I tested clean at Leslie County Jail that same day.
Yeah.
Okay. I got out, I think, about 2 weeks after Ben did.
Well,
Sure did.
that would keep you quiet. They can keep control of
Yeah,
you whilst you're in
exactly.
jail, because
Yeah.
they wanted to keep his sentence, like time, a secret.
No,
Yeah.
they destroy our lives, but they want to
Yeah.
maintain their
Yeah. They wanted
integrity
to protect
and
his
their,
money. Yeah.
no.
They didn't want anyone to know that he'd done time or whilst he was in there.
No. I was clean. I know I was clean. And what are you going to say? That probation
Who
officer
do
said,
you
Judge
argue
Christ said
to?
to lock you up. Before he even heard her say that my test was positive, he said, Judge Christ said to lock you up.
They already knew probably what they were going to do. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100% they are absolutely aware of what it's strategic. 100% strategic every step of the way. They're not silly. And they know that you've got no avenue of where do you go? Who do you complain to? Because the judge will just revoke it anyway.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I tried to get it out of that county. They brought the prosecutor from Pike County over there. Well, what good does that do? I'm still
Right.
under
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
knew this happened and didn't say nothing. And you got me still under his control. What do you
And that's
expect?
what, I'm sorry, Sabrina. That's
Yeah.
what's scary, because we have to ask the judge to recuse himself, and that just pisses them off. They're
Exactly.
not gonna help us.
don't,
They're not gonna do that.
But you don't. There is an avenue to go over the head. Like
Yeah.
you can go to the appeals court. You don't actually have to address Jimmy Kraft. Like,
Well, I got lucky with that, and I wrote to post conviction because they had made a mistake on my probation years,
Mhm.
and I'm
well, that's
fighting the charges to get them overturned. Right now, that I was charged for in Letcher County, And just crap got to pick the judge to send it to, so he just sent it to a woman judge in Perry County. Well, I walk in and here is Kerry Bartley, everybody, Daniel Dotson, everybody involved in Letcher County sitting there. And I
Yep.
looked at that woman lawyer, she's from Frankfurt. I said, I'm not speaking in front of none of these people.
Mm.
None of them. Sorry.
No.
I won't do it. So she denied the motion, of course. And now we're fighting it and asking for a clemency pardon. My lawyer's supposed to be in from Frankfurt actually tomorrow.
Oh, so you're going to have it your records expunged and cleared, yeah?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do because
sweet.
they have not turned in. They've asked for all my records during this case, and they didn't turn in half of them. And she said, like, we know that this happened because you was in court.
Yeah.
So, and then myself, what I started doing is investigating this house arrest company, the laws on it. And it's a big no not to have that insurance.
Oh,
So
yes.
I wrote out to
Huge.
Philip Wheeler, and hoping that he will reach back out. I have contacted his office 4 or 5 times. I've wrote him letters.
No, they won't act on a complaint. It's got to be something bigger than that.
Yeah.
And that's what triggered my thought process, because it is the jail's responsibility
Yes.
to have, if they are going to contract to an external source, it is their responsibility to make sure that that company has all of the correct qualifications, procedures, insurances, you name it, annually, that they should have been presented to Lena Hensley and kept on record.
Well,
Can
I
we
wrote out,
get-
it said the first step was sending out, which I know they didn't have insurance, but first step was sending out to Letcher County Clerk's office to ask for proof of it. And they only had 5 days to respond to my thing, and I did a return receipt and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Start there. And then let me, hold on, let me grab a paper. And let me tell you what
I
else
can't get hold of any of that information. That's another thing that they do in Kentucky.
They
is that
do. They hide everything.
you've got to be a
Hide
citizen.
everything.
It's a citizen's law that you have to be a citizen of Kentucky to access any documentation. And it's now. Where did I see? Sorry, I'm not paying attention to comments. Sorry. So, is there anyone been to Letcher Jail to see if there's anyone now that's been denied us? Oh, I guarantee you, nearly 90% of the people in the jail that applies to.
It's a horrible situation. It really is, and it's sad. I mean,
No, I'm sorry, Sabrina. My heart goes out to you and your family for all that's happened and happening. And really, this is it's not even scratching the surface. Not even scratching the surface.
And what people don't understand is, I might have got the 300,000, but they're not taking into account all my attorney fees that has come out.
Oh, hell no.
I walked away maybe with half, maybe.
Yep.
But this is what I have found out is one other thing is consumer fraud. For the house arrest company, illegal collection of supervision fees by court contracted private agency while in material breach of the AOC-411 contract.
Yep.
Breach of contract.
Did you know that they were paying commission?
No.
Eastern Kentucky Correctional Services was paying Mickey commission.
I believe that.
Every fucking ankle monitor he put on.
And a lot of people don't understand either, and what they forget is that was during COVID. So the rules were different back then. And my arrest fell right under the COVID rules.
You couldn't get visits or anything. My son was in Letcher County during COVID, and as a family, you couldn't, you had, when they would let you all call, but they turn the phones off on you all the time. But, we didn't have visits. We didn't have calls. We had no idea what our families were going through down there. And they were some people that were severely sick. And,
I was held up front the whole time, and they would let us out every now and then to use phone. But that, you had to beg and plead. And it's also institutional negligence. Failure of judicial oversight during COVID emergency period regarding mandatory insurance and indigent fee waivers.
Yep.
So oh, sorry, Jody. Sabrina, my daughter-in-law during that time.
Oh, I was about to say that.
My daughter-in-law during the time, my son was in during COVID, was receiving messages from guards telling her that if they would send naughty pictures, that they would
They
send.
let us speak
Wow.
to
They
the
would
fuck.
bring my son. They would bring my
Yep.
son up so he could call,
Yep.
so we could
Yep.
check on him. So she had to decide, do I do that or not? Which I'm proud of her. She didn't, but I have 3 years of messages from
I've
Garth
seen the text.
Oh wow.
asking for
Yep.
pictures.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
So
insane.
it's disgusting what they done to people.
Yeah, it really.
Yep. And that's
Like,
one thing.
you know, I still am trying to find my identity of who I
Yeah.
am. You know, because at one point I got so bad that I had a gun to my mouth. I was just I couldn't take no more. My cameras on my house got cut, the wires. I mean, just got run off the road, busted my mirror out. And everybody would look at me like I was crazy
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
that my son seen it, and I literally about lost my life over this. And
What did
this
he
time
say
I had,
when he? What was he in the car with you? Was your
yes,
son in the car with you?
yeah, yeah.
And
And
what did he say?
my son, he don't really say a lot. Like I'll tell you what happened was when they was pulling me over so much and searching my car, they wrote me a ticket, and I had a hardship license, and I was eligible to be out driving. And so me and my son took the ticket over to the chief of the city police here, who is a jerk. And he talked to me and my son like a dog. My son has the best name in this town.
Yep.
He's such a good man. He's done nothing wrong, and it broke him. Something broke in him that day. Just like the day I saw my sexual assault interview on TV. It broke me. I had a nervous breakdown. Had a complete nervous breakdown. Couldn't even say my name. Um, that's illegal in the state of Kentucky to have that on YouTube.
Yep.
But even they had a picture of me in my bra on Hip of the Crime. Now you can imagine my son looking up at the screen with a picture of
Oh,
mom in her bra. And I'm calling the governor's office. It took me months to get that thing took down.
so what was that? A video of you?
It was off of Facebook Messenger between me and Ben. And yes, I sent him a picture of me in my bra. Absolutely. But guess what? I got to go see my son for the first time that
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
So if that's what it took back then, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know
There
what I
is
said.
no
I had no
blame.
money.
There is no
Huh?
blame at all.
No,
At
none
all.
at all. We
No.
all done what we've had to do
That's
to
the fucking
survive.
Yep. Yep.
I used
So
to be
no
really
shame for you.
ashamed.
No.
Yeah,
Fuck no.
I
No.
used to be ashamed, but I'm not anymore.
No,
No.
you should
I've
be.
outlet these people take my life.
Yep.
And I said, I can either sit down or I can fight.
Yeah.
And when
Uh,
stuff don't make sense to me, guess what? I'm going to have to fight it. And that's what I'm doing, especially
And
with
the
this
strength
house
that it's
arrest
taken
happening.
you, like
I'm
it's what has it
three.
been? 5 years now.
Yeah.
Is it 5 years it's been going on?
Yeah,
I'm
I-
three
you have
generations
fighting.
in. You
Yeah.
know, I'm
Yeah.
3 generations in on this crap, and I'm
I
done.
can imagine.
I had it.
But
And I was
you
hoping to
haven't.
be able to move away from here, but that's not going to happen.
But you had the strength to stick it out to the
Yes, I
end.
do. Yes.
Both
I'm not going to
civilly
stop
and
until this
criminally.
house arrest company is in trouble, that they get fined and stuff the way they're supposed to be, and that the laws are changed on that.
Yep.
They're
Well,
supposed to have a complaint department. Like
yeah.
where somebody no, they didn't have none of that, and everybody's just like, "Oh, it's fine." The lawyers were looking at it like, "Oh, it's no big deal." Yes, it is.
And
It's
she wasn't
very
even
big deal.
monitoring it. She hired some other company to monitor the
Yes,
alert.
and you know
Yeah.
that they had one address on me, and she had another.
Yeah.
She still thought I was living at Perkins
Yeah.
Branch.
That's because Ben would have. That's how he got around. You're not
Yeah.
getting alerts. Well, you
Yeah.
didn't have the bank monitor on anyway. But
Right.
so, but at the end of the day, the law itself is black and white, and that
Yes.
is what is our saving grace, because there is no shades of grey. They have to abide by the law, the
Right.
legislation that's in place. They've been dodging it because they haven't been held accountable before. No one's actually brought that to the forefront. But they now have, like, there is case law, thanks to Sabrina, both criminally and civilly. They have a guilty plea on both fronts. They have admitted to that the sexual assault and abuse happening. Now, they have a responsibility, as I was saying before, to maintain the safety of every prisoner and maintain their civil rights, their basic civil rights. And by allowing that sexual assault, that sexual abuse to continue for that 2-year period between the time that Brianna first complained to Mickey
Yes.
to the very last contact you had via text with Ben was 2 years.
Yes.
Now, they are duty bound to act on every single complaint and every single report individually and follow it through and actually make changes or address it. And they haven't ever. They never did until you held them accountable. And so that indifference is illegal. Like, you cannot turn a blind eye to that shit. So if we can prove that the jailer in particular, because he controls every cent that goes into that that jail. If we can prove his knowledge of that and still his indifference, they're in a heap of shit.
Anybody that's ever been in that jail or been around that jail, Lena runs the jail.
Anyone who has been sexually abused in that jail is now able, because there's case law involved. It's been proven with Sabrina, both sides, as I said, criminally and civilly. There is case law and there is precedence now. So there is a possibility of actually getting the Department of Justice involved now, because if we can get enough people to actually put in writing that they were abused in this time frame, they reported it to whoever, and nothing was done about it, they have to do.
I've actually got a file number with the Department of Justice when they first come back and said they might investigate it. That if anybody wants to write to them, they could, reference that.
You can actually even do it anonymously on their website.
Yes.
The Department of Justice has a complaints thing on there, so you can complain to them. But a complaint is different to a legal motion.
Right.
They have to address it in a courtroom.
Okay.
The motion.
And
and that way they have to be held accountable. If that makes sense.
There's proof through the state police and through let's just say some people getting charged with it. There was some males that had been assaulted in jail before.
Yes.
And
They've
nothing was done.
Yeah.
One got a money handout and the other one just nothing. And the jail never was held accountable one time. Not one time.
Didn't that poor man get raped with a broom handle and end up with a colostomy?
Yes. One of them did, yeah.
And he went to court and won. So there's not just one episode. That shows a pattern. Yeah?
Yeah.
And the fact that Ben started off with Angie in the courthouse in the bathrooms, that also shows a pattern of behavior.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now she was married, but she was married at the time.
Someone else. Yeah.
What I thought.
Yep.
What I thought.
So
I know they mentally destroyed me, and I'm still fighting. I received a supplement check from the state of Kentucky for my mental health. My counselor had wrote in. They awarded me the check, and then 2 months later, all of a sudden, and now they wasn't even supposed to review it for a year. And I have been fighting since October of last year on this check. And I've never seen anything. Everything that I go to do, it is a fight, and I have to. It's just unreal.
And Sabrina, we qualify for the opioid crisis funding. We qualify for all these different programs that the county's just been milking dry, and our people's just sitting there doing without.
Yeah.
And it's sad. And
I signed up for my disability in SSI, and they come back. They denied my disability. They said because I hadn't worked in the last 5 years.
They cut you off.
I said, I haven't worked in the last 5 years because of this right here.
Yep.
So you're denying me that. So how is that fair? So here they took my disability away from me. That ain't right.
That was only recently, wasn't it?
Yes, it was recently. Yeah.
You got it back?
No, I'm fighting it. But I asked my lawyer, I said, what are we going to do about the disability part? I said, because I haven't worked in the last 5 years because of this disability in this case. They should base it off the years before then, not these. And she said, well, we'll look into it, when it gets time. So I don't know. We have a
When it
hearing
gets time.
judge.
So
Yeah.
who's putting the food on the table in the meantime?
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for my landlord and his wife, I would be dead today. I never will forget, he knew something was wrong. We started talking, and me and his wife got pretty close, and they put me in a brick home. And I've cried, Lord, I cried. And I was so used to sleeping out in the car that I would sleep out in the car in front of the house. And
You had nowhere to live. Well,
yeah, if it wasn't for them helping me, like, with food, clothes, I mean, everything that you could possibly think of. And so then they had this big victim fund, for assistance moving and emotional support dog. Well, that's a joke.
yeah.
Yep.
Been signed up for 3 years,
Yep.
and they had fought me. You got to have this, you got to have that.
Yep.
Turned it all in, and now they said, well, you got a settlement. You don't get it because I was trying to get my landlord back some of his money. He put $20,000 in his house.
They
When
make
just
it
here.
so hard on
Yeah.
us. They make it so
Yeah.
difficult, and they hope that we will give up. And like I told them, I'm not giving up on my grandkids. You've lost your
Oh,
mind.
right.
It's me.
You know,
If it don't make sense, if I'm held accountable for my action, they need to be held
Yes.
accountable. And I still
Amen.
cannot I can't fathom in my head why Jimmy Kraft is not, why he's still on a bench.
his
Because he's
signature is
protected.
on everybody's
protected.
paperwork.
He's protected, and they've never been challenged. They've never had to admit fault until now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's even, not just criminally. Look at the families. Like our family's still waiting for a court date.
And
it's
that's
it's
purely
ridiculous.
retribution, purely because you were a threat to them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, we're going to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
And
It's my
I'll get your daughter.
turn.
If I can't get your daughter, I'll get your grandkids.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, I'll sign off on everything. No, every dollar if you'll take Jimmy Kraft off that bench.
Yeah.
I mean every word of it.
I'm going to take them all off. Fuck them.
It's
They're all
he
going.
is just as guilty as Ben Fields.
More.
Yes, more because he
More.
knew it and he
Yes.
reported
They
it.
are
Yes.
Did you
mandated.
tell me that
Yes.
you call post 13 or 11 whatever hazard and they refuse to investigate it because they're too close? But they're
He's a
investigating
mandatory
murder.
reporter.
Yeah.
And there's I've done an open records request. There is no
No hope.
no hope, and that there's no phone call. They said documentation of Mickey Stines calling him. So
No.
you know,
And that's what I was saying.
it was my
earlier.
attorney that had to turn it into the attorney general.
Yeah.
And I believe from the get go that my lawsuit was
Even the
messed up.
procedure that Mickey went through with Ben to put him on unpaid leave was not even part of their procedure and policy, man. Like they skipped it all.
Yeah, they act like, oh, well, my text messages over. We're going to do this because yes, I done what I had to do, and I said what I had to say.
Yep.
And
But then the ceiling for you guys has always been Jimmy Kraft. Like he is that's
That's
as far as the reach that you
Yes.
think that you've got, correct?
uh-huh.
But you don't.
Yes.
We found
The law doesn't just
Jody
go
found
as far as a trial court.
Oh, really?
He is just
Yep.
a trial judge. Yes.
I'm going to be the
They
guinea
are
pig.
answerable.
Right?
They are answerable up the line, and that's what's going to fucking get them.
Yeah.
They are being too cocky and too fucking greedy for too long.
Yes.
And now
They had destroyed. Well, no, they didn't destroy because thank God I survived it. But what they had done to my family. That's why a lot of times when I didn't want to speak out because I didn't want to do to
Cause
their
more.
families what they done to mine. Because I see it in my son every single day of my life. I have to live with that.
Yep.
And not an apology, not nothing. Still can't get a job, nothing. And he's a great man.
Yeah.
And I had to see it, so I didn't want to speak out and say nothing bad because I don't want to harm nobody
Yeah.
else. 'Cause
Right.
my
well, you don't
family
want
is so
that
hard.
domino effect to affect him anymore.
Yes.
That's
I
how
can't
they
even
control you.
I can't even go see my sister. I've been over there once in like 2 years because I won't go to strange places. I'm scared. I just won't.
So all of those funding things that you said that you were acting like trying to get to help support you, are they all Title IV?
I don't
Federal
know.
funding.
I don't know.
I would lay money that they fucking are.
Yeah.
It's
And
insane.
we
Yeah.
only stumbled across it by accident, really, looking at the programs that they offered or allegedly offered on the Letcher County Jail website.
They just
Like
put
8
up.
or 10 different programs to help rehabilitate, and not one person ever heard of it, ever.
Well,
And
well,
they're
they came
getting all
back
this
and they
money.
said, "Oh, you're capable of working. Well, come and try to be me for a minute." I've
Exactly.
got cameras. I've got cameras everywhere, doorbells, alarms. Can't go to nowhere strange.
Can't be
Sometimes
in
I'll go up here.
public.
No, will be able, want to go to the dollar store, and I'll ride up there and I sit in the parking lot and just cry because I can't
Yep.
go in.
Right.
PTSD.
Yeah, and
Well,
then you say I'm okay. Come and live my life. Come
exactly.
and and tell
I
me
know.
that I'm able to get out here and work a job right now. I'm hoping to be able to someday,
Yep.
but right now I can't. And I've worked all my life
And you
until
can't
he's
access the services that help you.
and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my landlord and his wife,
Well,
I don't know
yeah.
what
Well,
would have happened.
if it wasn't for my parents, I'm the same way. I have no
Yeah.
idea. And I apologize to my middle and my baby, Sarah and Jake, all the time, because I
Why?
had to put so much of everything I had into protecting my oldest and making sure he got out alive, just get him out.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
he got 5 years for a check. And he served 3 in that jail during
And
COVID.
Ben got 6 months. 6 fucking months.
Ben got 6 months.
Yeah.
You've got
He's still on parole, though, isn't he? Is he still on parole? Because he's got 7 years, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's still in parole. Yeah.
Let's,
And you know how you
how do we
can
get him
get
to
that
break his fucking
notification
parole?
from the offender thing that notifies your phone if they go in
Yeah.
custody or whatever? Beans don't work. No. If I want to know anything about it, I have to call the Letcher County circuit court clerk.
Yeah,
Yeah, because his won't do that. They said
won't show you.
no, won't show me at all. Now, how far is that?
None. Because
We got to
I
get him
mean,
to make his parole somehow. How do we
Yeah.
do? Does
Right.
anyone know where he is?
No. I pray for that family. I do. I pray for them all the time. And
You're a better person than I am. I want to.
well, I mean, I think you even said in the beginning you was worried about hurting Angie's feelings.
Yeah, I did.
They are worried about
I
yours.
was.
Yeah.
I'm one
I
of
mean,
these people that I do worry about because
your
I know
You're a
what
heart
good
it's
is
done to
person.
my
bigger
family.
than this.
Yeah,
Your heart's
yeah,
bigger than this.
I've
yeah.
seen what it's done to my family. I've seen I
Yeah.
see the look on my son's face every single day. And
Yeah.
my sister, the separation that we've had because I can't make myself go there. Um, so I did feel sorry for him,
Yeah.
because I think, God, please don't ever I don't want anybody to have to go through mentally what I went through.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I really
Couldn't.
would.
No, you couldn't. No.
No.
And
It's hard to even explain what
but
you
you can't hold that guilt. You are not responsible for their. I know that you probably feel that, and you have been
Right.
told that all your bloody life, but you're not. You are not responsible for their actions, and that, like, I'm sure if you actually asked your son, he probably really looks up to you. He
He
probably
does. He does.
exactly.
He
So
tells me this all the time, and I know it's
yeah,
just me, but I look at him
yeah,
how much it's changed him. And
yeah,
seeing your mom on, the media all the time, that has to do something. And then see
Yeah.
your mom in a bra, and then when he found out that I was kind of passed around to Bill Meade, he said, "Mom, that's one thing I wish I wouldn't have known."
Right.
but his
Right.
attitude towards women and his respect for women
Oh
now has
yes.
probably
Oh,
changed.
honey.
So there's a positive.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
proud of my
Yes.
sons. I
Yeah.
am. I'm
Yep.
proud of my sons, and even
Support him.
he didn't deserve a lot of what he went through. But as a mother, I understand, Sabrina. There's times I'll sit there and be like, I don't want to put no more on them than I already have,
Right.
and that
And
guilt.
then from this experience, if he has children and he has a son, he will teach that to that son. And there's the
Yeah.
start of the change, because the men in that county,
They need
For
change.
the longest time, I wouldn't even I would go around them and all this, but I was so scared of causing them harm. I was scared to even go around my own son.
Yeah.
Until somebody looked at me one day and said, "Look what you're missing."
Yep.
Because I was like, well, if something happens to me, maybe he won't be as hurt. I mean, that's what the thoughts were going through my head. You know,
Right.
especially after Jennifer died. You know, I was like, well, if I'm around him, maybe the hurt won't be as bad, you know. And how crazy is it to think that? And them thoughts
Right.
still go through my head sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, his dad and me had a house right beside of him, and I've still not moved over there
Yeah.
because I'm still causing him harm.
Yeah.
You know, and that I know that sounds crazy, but
No,
you
it's
know,
a
I
mother
know
No,
that.
thing. A mother thing.
Yeah,
it's
it's a mom thing.
How do you?
I'm where I'm at right now. I thought the same thing. You know,
Yep. Yep.
doing this. Have
And
I opened up, Pandora's box for my
Yes.
family? But they're,
Yeah.
they say they're proud of me and
That's my sister, you know, my
keep
niece,
going.
everybody. Yeah, keep going. They said it's your decision. They're
Yeah.
behind you either way that you want to
Yep.
do. And
Right.
so,
And
they
good
And
have,
on
I'm
you.
proud of you
Fucking good on you.
too. Just
Fucking
so
oath.
I don't know that
Fucking
counts,
oath.
but I am. I'm very proud of you.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Fuck
been
you
yeah.
hard, but you
inspire
know,
me.
it made it worth it because I know that it's affected a couple of people's lives that for the
Yeah,
best, and it's actually brought out some attention to it,
it
you know.
has.
Fuck yeah.
So
Oh, we ain't
If
started yet.
you have inspired me. You have. I'm. Like I can do this. I can do it.
yes, you can. I mean,
They're not
you just
bigger than us. They are not bigger than us if we come
No.
together on this,
Yeah.
honestly. I
Yeah.
And
think
they
we
have to
can.
travel a
Yes.
long fucking way to shut me up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I want to help Brianna somehow because she didn't get that
Yes.
chance that the
Yes.
other
No,
the guy
Yes.
that she was with did,
Yes.
and that's not fair. That's not right.
No.
no,
And
it's
I don't
not.
know. We need to find. I found a woman's name, attorney. I want to call today, and
Sabrina, she don't feel like, I don't think that she's even been abused because
No. That's
she
what
says that she
really
says she
shocked me.
didn't go through what you all did, and so in her
right.
mind, because it wasn't that bad, it's not
Yeah.
abuse.
She's of the
Yeah,
opinion
she
that if
don't
you
see
didn't
it.
have
Listen, it was the
penetration.
same MO. Like when I heard her
Yeah.
story, it
Yeah.
was so much
Same.
like mine. I was
Yeah,
like, oh my God.
But she believes because there wasn't sexual penetration that there wasn't sexual abuse.
Yes. I don't know
That's
why he didn't
not
get in trouble
that's
with. She said right in her interview that he forced kissed her. He
yeah.
went to her house and arrested her.
tried to
That,
eat
oh,
her
that's
face.
illegal.
She
Why
And
would
sat
she
you
there
do
for
reported that
this?
to Nikki.
6 months. She sat there for 6 months, not knowing why, when she was
Yep.
getting out. I mean, nothing.
Because she said
It
no.
just
And of course, me and
because
Brianna, we didn't like each other because of the man. And I'm so glad that I've gotten to know her some since
yeah,
all this.
she's a
Mm.
sweetheart.
Yeah, she is very,
Um,
very much a sweetheart. And I would love to help her. And I'm not going to
yeah.
stop until I do find an attorney that I can talk to about her and some different things. That I
Absolutely.
had breach of contract and all this stuff.
But she reported that to Mickey back in
Yeah.
2021.
Yes, I was the last one actually
Yes.
that was
Yes.
reported anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there was a pattern. There
So
Big
was
they
one.
have to account for 2 years of how many people complained in that jail over that period. Not
Oh
just
God.
about Ben, about anything.
yeah, yeah,
Anything.
yeah.
I
Chris frequently
guarantee.
complained. I mean, so there's
Yes.
documentation.
I've got
Yeah.
Chris's
You know,
stuff. Yes. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So
But the thing of it is, a lot of the complaints from the inmates never make it past
No,
you
they
all
don't.
handed it
That's
to them.
right.
And they
And
got
in
them.
that's
the
how
journal
they were
one,
trying to say that I, had set this up with Bethany because I knew Bethany. Let me tell you how I knew Bethany.
Stephanie Baxter.
I got out of jail. The jail was so nasty that I can't remember the gentleman's name. Gave me her number, and I called to see what if I could do anything about the conditions of the jail. Had nothing
Yeah.
to do with Ben, nothing whatsoever. And me and her met, and I called DOC and everything like that, which she couldn't help me, but um, that's how I first met Bethany. So when the guy called that I was dating and said, "Hey, they know everything. Ben's took an escape warrant on you." Of course, I'm going to call an attorney. I'm not taking an escape charge for nobody.
I know.
You know, so I picked up the phone and called her. It's the only attorney I know. Here's the truth from start to finish. You know,
Yep.
Yeah.
And what did Bethany say when you told her your story?
she couldn't believe it, and then she was right on top of it. She got a hold of Ned Pilsendorf. He came to the jail on a Saturday night at 8 o'clock at night.
Mhm.
And I signed, my stuff, which I don't want to go there, but
Yeah.
they took my road, and I don't know. I don't think it rode in the right direction that it should have, everybody that should have been involved, but I think Bethany, like me and her went through, she cried tears right with me.
Why
Yeah.
didn't she why didn't she go to the end? Like, why was Joe there instead?
She got a job at ACLU.
Great. That's
Bugger.
good.
Bugger.
Now, don't get me wrong. She's still like, when I went down right before trial to meet with Joe, she come. She was there the day of the trial. She texted me yesterday. Like, she became a part of our
Yeah.
lives,
Yeah.
because I would call and cry and, tell her, and, she would, Lord, let me tell you something. We went through a lot together during this time. I mean, Bethany did. So when I got through dealing with Joe, I didn't know Joe at all.
No,
I
they
was
do
like,
work together though, don't they?
who
The
are
same
you? Yeah.
are they the same
Losing
officer?
Bethany was a big deal to me. Big deal. So
Yeah.
Do you think she would be interested in perhaps helping us with the bigger picture
she
with the
might be.
DOJ?
Yeah, she might be. Actually, I'll text her and ask her.
Because
But she knows I've been
I'm a
right,
lawyer.
like Philip Wheeler, to try to get some kind of meeting in about this. And she read my letter and told me it was a good letter and stuff. So yeah, I'll see what she says about it.
Yeah.
She
And,
knows,
and
I
you
said I
know,
can't stop until I make that house arrest company pay.
Yep.
They
Yep.
yes, ma'am.
I
they
want to
just
shut
pay
that jail
also.
down. I want to shut it down.
Yeah.
And I'll help anybody any way I can. So if you need me for anything, I'm the group historian.
I
So
because it's as I was saying to Brady before, it's my opinion that the jail is like the central pivotal point. That's where they instill the fear, and that's where they say, okay, well, your only other option is this, and that's where they feed you into the system.
and see, that's my only involvement is I have forever been, well, since 2006, I have been nonstop on that jail, the jail, and
And they're connected to everything. They're connected to CPS, family court, felonies, misdemeanors, everything.
that whole courtroom is best friends and family, and they know
More
what's
important.
happening. They know
And
what's
so
going on.
if we get enough attention and we get an investigation on the jail, that hopefully will produce like that domino effect where they have to then, oh shit, what have we found here? Oh shit, what have we found here? And look,
Exactly.
that's, I don't know any other way. And look, we've got nothing to fucking lose if we don't, what really.
Exactly.
So, I want my family back together. I'm done with this,
I'd say so. I just want I want to change. Letcher County, y'all deserve a fair judicial system. And you don't
It's no point replacing one person because the rest of them will just make them one of them again. And that's why they fill their positions with the next one.
Restroom.
Yeah, no worries. They they replace it with the next in line, the next family member, and that's how they keep their ranks in the positions of power. And they keep
it tight that way. Way, everything's nobody's going to say something to harm their own family, or to
draw attention or get retribution to be put in the limelight. They don't want that. They won't. But there's strength in numbers, and they are exposed now, so they can't deny that it never happened because we've got guilty pleas both sides. So,
and I mean, if you can go all the way back to 2016 and show that there was,
you don't need to. The actual eligibility for this writ of mandamus is the fact that you can show that the abuse occurred, that you can show that the person in charge or people in charge were aware of it, and they did nothing. Indifference is a crime. And it's in black and white. And the more people that it has to be done off the back of Sabrina because the initial motion, because she's the one that created the
she proved it basically for us. She's the one that put it on record and proved it for all of us.
Because Ben was employed both by the external contracting company of Eastern Kentucky Correctional Services, the ankle monitoring company, and at the same time the state as the bailiff that ties him to both. Okay?
Yeah.
So it ties him back to the county jail and that makes them accountable on that level because he was employed at both.
Yeah.
And they are responsible for maintaining your civil rights. So his direct supervisor, the jailer, is 100% responsible for his actions.
Yeah.
Because he did nothing. And
Yeah.
so is Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every other bastard in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Yeah, fucking oath. And as I said, there's no point changing one person. That it needs a clean fucking clear out the whole place.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
said.
Because
That's exactly what
And
I
to
said.
know that, you know, I'm so glad that Jody helped me too, because, you know, to know that we can go above that
yes, you can.
and put eyes on it. Put eyes on it and make them see, look, you know, we've been
What's
2
the hand?
years trying to decide, can I visit? You know, it's just ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
If they actually accept the motion, which I don't see why they couldn't, because like it's like there'd be a big fucking shitstorm if they didn't at least acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But if we can show it, well, there's 3 people already. There's you, Jen, and Brianna who have put it in writing. So there's 3 people. I can prove it already with the 3 of you. But
Yeah, with depositions and everything, it's
so
there.
it makes it stronger if we get other people to say, yeah, it happened to me too at the same time in that time frame. And
We need
they
to
have no
tell them
choice.
too that you know, abuse is different things. It doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you had sex with them. It can be other things that they've done or said, or you know, anything that
But
made
they were putting rapists in with their
Yeah.
victim in the same fucking cell
Yeah.
Yeah.
for shits and giggles. Like that is that's a and
Yeah.
the showers, putting, you know, one of the blokes and one of the chicks and locking them in the showers so that they can have get their jollies off watching them. You know,
Yeah.
it's
That's
cruel.
crazy.
It's fucking cruel.
It is.
And then
disgusting.
okay, woohoo, I'm allowed to get out of jail. I've done my time. I'm off ankle monitors. I'm going home. Oh, by the way, can you just pop into my uncle? Fuck off.
Right.
Like,
Or
really?
or you're done with everything, but
Yep.
we want you to sign up for drug court.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we're going to hold you
Yep.
for God knows how long, because that's a never ending
And
never ending process.
You and you tomorrow, you can come out and clean so-and-so's house, but you have to do it nude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not surprising you, am I? No.
No, nothing.
And that's
It's
the
amazing.
sad part. And this is the one thing that got me was when I was talking to Brandy and I said to her, can you name one person in your life that you know that has not been raped? And she couldn't. She couldn't.
And it says, you know, there is KRS laws. It says the jailer is a big part of, you know, the house arrest company.
Yep.
We're out maintaining contact, having the hookup, you know, everything.
Yep.
So why they were not included in my lawsuit, I will never know.
Yep.
Because that would uncover what they're really doing.
Well, you didn't know they were
and the
responsible. You
pretrial
didn't know.
officer is also involved. I've learned a lot of things and learned a lot of KRS laws. Just
But
like
because you didn't know that when you put the claim, when you put your what do you call it, your charges in, they weren't included, and they're not going to tell you, but you
No.
could have, and you probably still can.
Well, I
But-
still can because there
Yeah.
is, you know, there's a couple of things that I can that I'm going to call an attorney about today.
Well,
Because it
I
happened
think
during COVID, that helped me a lot.
That's probably our opening. I think that's how we
Yeah.
can get the door open on your ability to hold him accountable, and he is a representative of that jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And link him to the responsibility of supervising Ben.
Yep.
That's how we're going to get in, I think. That's it makes sense. And
Yes, it
thankfully
does.
he was that greedy that he actually was
And my
employed
trauma
by those
therapist, I
companies.
still to this day, I take therapy twice a week. And she kept telling me, she said, it's a Priya charge, right? Well, and
Yeah,
everybody
what
kept
is
saying,
it?
no,
I
no,
hear a
no.
lot
But
about
guess what? I found the law that it was, he should have been charged with Priya.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
it.
Absolutely.
PRIA
So I'm
stands
going to
for
find
what?
out. Yeah.
And that would have made it federal, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And
That's
I don't
what I
know why it
thought.
wouldn't. I mean, I don't have it because I'm on this phone. Let me see if I can find it.
What does PRIA stand for again? It's the prevention of rape,
Prison, rape,
prison rape.
and I said Priya rape
Um,
or prison rape.
Prison Rape Elimination Act.
I bet you that's got Title IV funding as well.
More than
Let me see if
likely.
I can find this real
Let me have
quick.
a look. Let me have a fucking look.
Lord, I have
Is
so
it
much on my
EA?
phone about
PRIA,
this.
PRIA funding in
Hopefully,
Letcher.
Senator Wheeler will, at least acknowledge my letter or something. I haven't gotten anything yet, but all the times I'm writing him.
I think it's going to be one of those, complaints that ended up where the rest of the complaints that Letcher County ended. They're not held
Exactly.
accountable to a complaint.
I
Yeah.
will find this about the Priya. Hold on. I got it somewhere.
PRIA Resource Center. Okay. Department.
They tried to say because the inmate wasn't in a confined facility that it wasn't Priya. Afterwards, nobody even mentioned it at the time. But God, I have the thing. I don't know if I can find it.
I'll bring it up. Hang on.
I've got so much on my phone, it's ridiculous.
That's me. Girl, if I lost my phone, I don't know what I'd do. It's
Oh,
my
yeah.
lifeline to the world.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yep.
I bought a laptop. I have no idea how to use it. And so, yeah, my phone's everything.
All right. So this is the PRIA website.
Yeah.
Okay. Defunding the PRIA Resource Center and what it means for correctional facilities. Let's see what services they have. Oop.
Okay, right here it says, let me find the law with it. No time limit for reporting under PRIA standards 115.52. Correctional agencies, including those managing community confinement like arrest. It says right on it, like house arrest.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
why wouldn't he charge with PRIA?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been federal, and he probably would have got substantial time.
Yes, absolutely.
So they covered his time in as best they could.
Yeah, I sure did.
National Institute for Jail Operations. What the fuck is this?
It's right on it, like house arrest.
That wouldn't be double jeopardy, would it?
Nope, that wouldn't be double jeopardy. Nope.
I didn't think so.
Too. Nope.
Didn't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, look what I just found.
What'd you think?
National Institute for Jail Operations. We at NIJO recognise and understand the enormous liability and increasing difficulty facing corrections officers across the nation. We are dedicated to assisting agencies in making facilities safer and more secure, helping you proactively defend against frivolous... Oh, no, fuck you. You can blow a goat. Let's go back to PRIA. I've dropped it off the stage. Sorry.
Right on the PRIA standards and that 115 dot whatever, including house arrest.
Yeah.
Including.
Yeah.
See, nobody even mentioned it until I get in these things in my head, and when, like I said, something don't make sense, then I can't stop. So I was emailing everybody about it.
Yeah.
There was a woman named Heather Green at the healing place that one of the senators had gotten an email and asked her to reach out. Well, when she got me with the trauma therapist, she was a pre-investigator for 8 years. She said, I don't care what they said, that's pre. And she did too. And she's over the healing place at that time. And she said, this is definitely Priya. Definitely. Yeah. But,
So that's there to protect you, isn't it? This.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Trying to find. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to find the Kentucky. I had looked up, like, the constant, the one for the state of Kentucky, and it mentions each thing a jailer's responsible for. And
really?
Oh yeah, they're it's in the 14th. I'm looking right now, see if I can find it. Because I was looking at it yesterday.
I wonder, have you ever approached Priya to investigate?
No, I did reach out to DOC because they told me to reach out to DOC, and they said it was not Priya and just turned me down.
Uh-huh.
Yep,
Okay.
that was through DOC too.
Wow.
Um,
What are the legal based jail guidelines?
but
I
I've
mean,
got a little letter typed up of what I'm going to try to call this woman lawyer and see if she's interested in like writing publicity, how
yep.
everything got
Yep.
exposed on me like that, the way it did.
Yeah, I actually think I've sent a couple of emails out on that same premise, being that
Yeah.
it's a high profile,
Yeah.
exposed case that
Yeah.
hopefully they could take it on pro
Yeah.
bono, basically. That's
Right.
yeah.
Well,
I haven't
if
that,
nobody told me that this could have been done for free, I've had to pay for everything, and
Yeah.
I even seen that
You
they were
didn't have a public
me pay
defender.
for some of my what was it? I seen on there, and I was what is it? All these filing fees when I was indigent and shouldn't be charged for it.
No,
So I'm going to talk to my attorney when I go
you should
down.
be reimbursed
Go
for all of
down.
that.
Yeah, I go down next week to meet with him and about the settlement money and all that, and supposed to pick it up then. And
Did you keep a list of all your expenses?
I he said he did.
Well,
Yeah.
what about
Yeah, but-
yours? I suppose your bank statement will probably say.
Listen,
You might be able to-
it's so crazy. I can't even keep a bank. Okay, I had U.S. Bank.
Yes, tell
I
that
got
one.
hacked so much that they closed my account and said I was too big a risk.
Risk for what?
A risk because I guess people were hacking my account. Yeah. And
Well,
listen,
the
the
bank
last time I
closed
got
down.
hacked was from a phone number that said 1-800 US Bank. Their same phone number. And now, do you know that people can actually use your phone number and hack you and call somebody? Well, I didn't know no better. It was the bank calling me, telling me I'd been hacked. You know what I mean? What was I supposed to do? I got hacked 3 times in a month. They closed my accounts and told me they would no longer do business with me.
They've been cutting, my check's been getting cut on and off, on and off, on,
Hey,
and
we've
you
been
can't
hacked so
live,
much. Yeah. This is the first income I've had since I got it last August, and they're fighting me for it. This supplement check for my mental health, and my psychiatrist wrote everything they wanted it to say. I mean, she was on the phone with them, and they told her what to write, and then come back 2 months later and tried to take it back. Now they're telling me that I have to pay it all back if they found me not mentally capable, and then they send me some bullshit letter of why I'm not. Well, they think I shouldn't get it. I'm like, you've not even seen me. You've not even sat down and talked to me. How do you know what kind of shape I'm in?
Yeah.
right, right.
What
You
you know
don't
how
know
many times?
nothing
No,
about me.
no, don't know nothing about me besides what just a phone call, and still making me. I thought a divorce over this. I'd got married right a couple days right before the shooting. And I had learned to live with what happened with Ben. Well, then when this happened, it was just all traumatizing again. And it was like 4 days after I got married, and I'm divorced over this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, cause I've lost my mind again, and I'm like, y'all don't see or have to put up with me. Lord, my family will tell you, they'll say that she's crazy.
There's
But
no monetary value that you can put on that.
no.
Like,
And,
there
and
is
you
none.
and you're saying I don't deserve this check?
Yeah.
Can I
Yep.
live my life? Get up
Yep.
and get dressed and try to walk out that door when you
Yep.
can't. All you can do
Yep.
is just sit and cry because you don't know why you can't walk out that door.
Right.
But that's the Department of Community Based Services,
But
ever
because the
since.
anxiety of going out
Yes,
and getting pulled over and took to
yes.
one of these hellholes is so great
I'm
that it's
terrified that
easier to
they
stay
will.
home.
Yes.
And
I'm
It's
that
easier
terrified
to
they
stay
will put
home.
something in my car. I'm terrified
and
of
they
that.
have achieved their objectives right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been many days. And like my son, I've gotten kind of worse lately. He's having to do a lot. He's like, Mom, you got to get out of the house.
Got to. Yeah, that's what mine tell me all the time. You got to go. Come on, let's go somewhere.
It's hard.
Yep.
It's, I can't tell you why I can't walk out that door. I can't tell you why that when I'm in a big crowd that my heart starts racing.
Yep.
And
Panicking.
Yes,
And
and
you're
I
back
have to
into a
run to hide
corner.
in the closet or in the car and lock the doors for
Yep.
hours.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you think I'm mentally able to work right now? Come and live my life just one time. Have your whole life on YouTube.
Yep.
Yep.
Pictures of you in your bra. And tell me that you're mentally capable of going out in this world and function as a regular adult. No, you're not.
Especially in our backwards communities. I love our little
Yes.
hometowns, but now they
Yes.
are gossip. You know, it's
Oh,
like
And
oh,
also
anytime.
oppressed women.
oh, you're her. You're that. Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
her.
the
You
way
know,
that you're portrayed in the media, the way that they
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
discredit
not
you.
even to where I don't go to church anymore
Yeah.
because since this settlement thing came out, it's everywhere. I'm like, people, whether they do or not, that in my head they're all looking at me, and people do say things, and
and it's hard to have your whole life on a piece of paper that everybody
yeah,
can read everything that happened. You know,
yes, it
Yep.
is.
it is.
And my goal is, I would love to write a book. I would love to write a book.
Oh, you've got one
Uh,
that would be a
yeah.
good one.
I've not made no
I'd
money off
like to help
this.
you.
I've not made
I
a
haven't
dime.
either.
This settlement money is the first money. I've not made a dime. People
But you
think,
got
oh,
to
well,
think,
she's just trying to
you,
make money and do this. Sabrina's almost starved to death, and her son too. Maxing out
you,
every credit card I have to live. I've not made a dollar. Not
I
one.
you've
haven't
lost
either,
5 years
Sabrina.
of your
I,
life.
I
So
just want my family back, and
Yes,
I don't
they
care about the
see
money.
they see 300,000 and they don't
yes,
realize that half of that's gone in legal fees and you've lost 5 years of your life, 5 years of
yeah,
income. That doesn't
That's
even cover
okay.
5 years of income.
yeah.
150,000? Not even close.
Not even
How do you
close.
survive on that?
No,
Plus
that ain't
all of your
nothing.
legal.
That is nothing. I
Yeah.
was hoping to get enough to move out of state, but
And
they
then
they give you enough to keep you right here.
right there, yeah,
So
yeah. And then ruin your reputation so you can't get a foot up to do
I used to
anything
have
else
one
or
of the best
go anywhere.
things. I had one of the best things in this town.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
when you got to London that morning for your trial, did you actually ever think leading up to that it wouldn't go to trial, that you would settle?
No, I didn't. I thought I would go to trial. I really did. Until I got in there and they had my son down on their side as a witness. And
Really?
yes. And
And you
that's
didn't find that out until that morning
yeah.
that he was
That's why,
subpoenaed to them.
yeah. That's why I
Who,
said
And on
who
what
I
ground?
didn't hear.
Her
huh?
son.
They
Her
had
son was
they
subpoenaed
had
by
my
the
son down
prosecution.
as a witness for them.
Oh God.
And I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't put him up there. And
I thought they were supposed to disclose their witness list to you.
well, I found out that it was actually the night before when I found out,
Yeah.
and they had my son and my ex-husband. Don't know why they hadn't subpoenaed them, but they had them down as witnesses.
All right.
And
So it's an
that morning,
intimidation
I
tactic.
looked at my
They were looking
son,
for.
and he's an
Yeah.
only child, and his dad just passed away. Me and his dad was best friends, and I just couldn't put him through it, and I
No.
didn't need to hear all that,
That
and I
right there.
didn't know what they had to say, and at that time period in my life, my drug addiction was high because one, I was given drugs by them,
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
and just, me and him didn't have a great relationship at that moment.
Was that
And I
from drug
just,
court
yeah,
or was that
no,
in the
that was
jail?
that's from the jail when I was put on house arrest. The first time I relapsed after when I got on house arrest, I was given drugs by Ben.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
right.
would tell the girls. I'm
yeah.
sorry. He would tell the girls like who was rats or who
Yes, I know,
not to
honey.
be
I knew
around,
everybody. I know who was doing the bus, the road
who was
checks, everything.
selling, who to buy off of, who to everything.
So he was telling
So,
you where to go to get it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking piece of fucking shit.
Driver's license at that time. I got 15 driving on suspended tickets, which they're expunging them for some reason. All of a sudden, now they're expunging them. But he would call and say, "Here, don't go this way because I'm having a road check here. Or
Yeah.
don't go that way." Yeah.
Which those are
Who
basically
was sending
entrapment.
him? Like,
Right.
it blew my mind because, like you mentioned before about them hacking your banks. I'll just put it into
Yes.
context for everyone because that happened right before trial, like the week before, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Yep.
Both you and your son.
Yep. Yep.
Who the fuck has that authority? Who has that power to
I know
actually
we filed a police
access
report and
bank
nothing
accounts.
ever gets done. Nothing ever gets done.
I
My
can't get
son's
around who has that access. Like, how high up does this go? If they can
right.
access both of your bank accounts,
I'm thinking governor up that
And,
level.
well,
she's
I'm thinking
I think
too.
it's above him. I think it's above.
Listen, they had my son's bank account and
Yeah.
paid at the time my husband's internet bill. Okay, and so we turned it all in, because there was other things, and nothing to this day, nothing. My son still ain't got his money back. However, they don't do nothing, nothing.
No,
But let me tell you something. If I pull out in this road, though, guarantee you one thing: I get pulled
Oh
me
yeah.
over for something. Go
real
find
quick.
something to pull me over for.
Oh,
Like, they're still watching fire as well.
every
They
time
keep
we have to travel back, I mean, it's like it's a praying the whole way and a praying the whole way to get home. I
Oh,
mean,
my son will not let me come to Letcher County. Scares him to death. Scares
yeah,
him. He
Yeah.
will not,
Yep.
at all. And they
yeah,
don't realize, I have to take 15 pills a day. I have to take, a pill for
Mhm.
nightmares, pill for my anxiety, a pill for this,
yeah.
my nightmares were so bad. Oh my God, they were terrible. And they don't realize everything that they did do. Not even an apology.
No,
Not,
nothing.
hey, yeah, we were at fault because he confessed.
Yes, he did.
Nothing.
No, nothing from the town, nothing from the
No,
city,
no.
nothing from the county, nothing.
I've never seen anything like it.
So
But
who
they just,
pressured you like that the night before to take the deal? Was it the
well,
prosecution or was it your attorney or
my attorney, I think was, I don't think he had, I don't know. I don't think he had to fight any. And, they kept reminding me of the text messaging I had. And
yeah,
And
that's
right.
intimidation. That's as soon as you said to me that they only put your son and your husband on and told them the night before, that
yeah,
is an intimidation tactic.
yes,
They had absolutely no intention of calling them because there's nothing that they can gain from it.
no.
Nothing.
Yeah,
They wouldn't put him
And
on the
that's,
stand.
yeah,
And if
like
they
when I,
put him on a
yeah, I
witness
just,
list, that keeps them out of the the trial.
yeah,
So if you go to court, they cannot sit in and listen because they're on that list.
yes,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
tactical.
See, and that
Tactical.
the first day he stayed at the hotel because, he couldn't
Yep.
go.
That that
And
is completely
he,
tactical.
what, yeah, and what they don't realize, he was my strength during this.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And they
Like when I
yeah,
would get nervous or
see?
scared, I could look at him, and
Yep.
here I didn't
And
have
they
him.
knew that.
Yeah,
And that's what they took off you.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that's the reason why I
That's how
said,
they beat you down.
Jody, it's like I told you, they come at us with our
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
They know that's the only thing in this
Yes.
world we care
yeah,
one damn thing about is our
Yep.
families, our babies, and they come at us with them, and that's
yeah,
how they
exactly.
Yep.
do what they
And
want.
they know
That's
that
that was the only reason why I said it because I done had it in my head.
yeah.
Absolutely,
Well, you
no
texted
matter
me the night
what.
before and you said there's no fucking way I'm settling, and
Yeah,
I was shocked. I'm
yeah,
like, they must have worked too hard, I tell you.
yeah.
Ah,
But I seen my son's name down.
yeah.
I was like, I can't put him through that. I just can't. And
Yeah,
you know, and I hated it because I felt like a failure that I
no,
didn't
That's
not at
succeed.
all.
dirty, dirty,
I had to do
dirty.
what was best for my son. You know what I mean?
You did not. Like I said, I'm proud of you. I mean, that might not matter much but I
No, it
am,
don't
and
matter. No,
you have really kind of inspired me because you can ask Jody. Jody will say, "Well, do this," and I'll be like, "But I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't." And kind of looking and reading and going through everything that you've been through. It's gave me this kind of renewed sense of I can do this.
yeah.
I can do this. And so
Good. That makes me feel good because it lets me know that all that I went through, wasn't in vain.
it
Because,
Yeah.
wasn't. You've inspired a lot of us. You have.
Oh,
I
hell
mean,
yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah.
I tried,
Absolutely.
like, God bless
Because
you.
we understand that time in your life. Usually, like the rest of us, there was some kind of trauma that caused us to do,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
drugs and stuff. And so, You
Well,
know,
okay.
not a lot of people understand that part of it, that, you
No.
know, they destroyed our reputations. They were, I
Yes.
mean, our names, I mean, to the point that, you know, you can't rent off nobody,
Yes.
you can't
No.
get jobs, you can't, and they totally isolate us
Yep.
and just continue to just keep draining us everything they can.
My son has
And
not worked for 3 years and cannot get a job nowhere.
yeah,
How do they expect you to live and eat? You know, my landlord, his wife has been such a, I don't know what we'd have done.
right.
I really don't. We'd have lost everything we had over there. And
Yeah.
we have fought so hard to keep it. I mean, down to like counting change just to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just counting change. And that's the God's honest truth.
So
Yeah, I
to
know.
have people like look at us from the outside saying, "Oh, they're just doing this for money. They're just doing it."
Yeah.
Let
No,
me tell you something.
no,
They could keep the money.
hell no.
Well,
Well,
they did to me mentally.
Right.
Yep.
They took me.
yes,
And,
they did.
you know, now I have to discover who I am
Right.
again.
Again.
And because they took that from me.
Right.
And they took, you know, the day this police chief at Pikeville City Police here talked to my son like that. I seen something go from him. You know, the same thing. You know, it destroyed him. And I wouldn't wish this. They could keep.
Mhm.
There's no amount of money they could ever
No,
give
there's
me.
not. No, there's
That'd be
not.
worth
Not in the
it.
fucking world.
No,
There is not enough zeros.
no,
Nope.
no. So
Because they stole time that we won't get back.
yeah.
They stole
Just like me
moments
going to
that
jail,
we're never
knowing
going to
I
get back.
was clean and testing clean. And I had Gerald DeRossin at that time when I got out of jail. And I said, I want my house arrest time because I wanted it all. You know what I mean? You
Right.
thought I was on house arrest. I want all that time. But of course, they didn't count it. And he said, well, you shouldn't have been having sex with Ben's, what he told me. Swear to God, that's what he said.
And that don't surprise me. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what he said. You shouldn't have been having sex. And I was like, that was on my way home because I put in a home place. Now, I had a home. Well, they sent me all the way to Bowling Green.
yeah.
A halfway house. I'm like, why am I at a halfway house? I got a home. I got 2 homes. You know, like, what are y'all doing?
That's the
Right.
other side of the county. Like,
They didn't know what they were doing. They were sending people all over the place. I mean,
Yes.
it was just like, well, we'll hold you here till we figure out what we want to do. We're going to hold you here till we figure out.
But, you know, I
You know.
tested clean at Leslie County Jail. And I know I was clean.
that's the other thing I wanted to touch on too was
Yeah.
when you were released.
Yeah.
And you had to go and get drug tested.
Yeah. You know, I walked my probation when I got out. It was, you know, parole. I walked my parole. They made me go get on Suboxone. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Suboxone saves lives. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it wasn't for me. But they made me go do that. Now, how can they make me go do something like that? I was so upset about that because, like, Suboxone makes me really sick. I started
Yeah.
getting a shot, and it makes me really sick. I can't hardly. I couldn't even. I would stay here for a week, and couldn't
Not
even raise
able
my
to
head.
get up.
Not able to get up, but you are requiring me to do this as part of my parole. When can they make you put some kind of medication into your system? I just don't understand that. And
Right.
it's
But,
like
Because they make money off.
and the fact that you were clean and wanted to remain chemical
yes,
free, you know,
yes,
but to force you to put that in to cause another addiction, because let me just tell
exactly.
you, the withdrawals from
Yeah,
that
I
is
withdraw from it. Yes,
horrifying. I mean,
yes,
they're awful.
yeah.
So who supplied the Suboxone? Was that MCHD?
No, I went to here in Pike County. I went to a clinic here in Pike County. I don't remember the name of it, um, but they did. They told me to pick one, but I had
Part
to
of
get
probation. Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought MCHC was like had all of the owned all of the pharmacies in. Isn't it Ernst?
It's Ernest Watts, but he owns all of them, like in Wattsburg and just different places. But
Yeah.
you know, Wattsburg, Mountain Comp,
Yeah.
Mountain Comp is it as far as like your mental health services, things like that. That's where
Yes.
they refer you to
Yeah.
mostly. They try
Yep.
to.
Yeah.
And every
what I go
referral
to,
from
my trauma therapy is part of Mountain Comp, but
Yep.
it's kind of separate because it's called the Healing Place.
Yep.
But it is Mountain Comp. But they
Yep.
keep my records so locked down that I
Mhm.
can't even call and ask when my appointment is because they'll tell me I'm not a client there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And why? Why?
Because they know.
Yeah.
You know, they know.
And I bet you
the best
that
trauma
was court
therapist
ordered.
huh?
Was that court ordered? That you had to go and get that from them?
Now to
Um,
the boxing, yeah, but the trauma therapy, that's when I had my nervous breakdown, and my family took me down to Prestonsburg, and I walked in Mountain Comp, and just had to, like,
Yeah.
couldn't say my
So
name. They introduced me to, took me in that little. They have a little safe house down there that you can go and stay when you have to, and I have to go down there sometimes to stay. And I have the best trauma therapist in the world. I mean, I'd love if she just come live with me. That's what I tell her all the time. She has helped me. I don't think I would be alive. I think I would have
we all
killed
need us
myself.
a trauma therapist,
Yeah.
don't we?
I'm like, please come home with me.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Fucking
she's
oath.
wonderful. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
And, I couldn't have made it through this. And I still, like I said, I take therapy. I take regular therapy and trauma therapy. I take
So is
3
she
twice a week.
qualified in sexual assaults as well?
Yes, that's what the healing place is about, sexual assaults
Right.
and stuff like that.
Well, if you can send me her details, I will
Okay. Yeah, she's wonderful.
because that's one thing that they are short of is people that have the qualifications to be able to deal with sexual assaults.
Well, she
Yeah.
does.
We
And
get
she'll be inundated.
messages.
She'll be fucking inundated.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely
We
does. I mean, she's wonderful.
Yep,
And she was
sweet.
a pre-investigator for 8 years.
Well, we're trying to put together like a heap of resources in the community that are trustworthy and that people that have experienced them and refer them so
There
that
is
other people can
so
use them.
many people that has come, and talked to me or Ty or, and they'll send their story and pictures and
Yep.
stuff. And it's heartbreaking and
I
it
know.
kills me because,
Yep.
we're not in a position to really do more than just be a good friend and give them phone
Yep.
numbers and try to support as much as possible, because, we're in messes too,
Yes, exactly.
So,
And there was no resources for me. There
No.
was no hey, this
Well,
person will help you do this, or I had to find it out on my own and fight for everything myself.
yep.
Bethany always said, Sabrina, you should be a lawyer. She said,
yeah.
stop on these
Yep.
laws,
Yep.
Because they
Yep.
keep us down on that level of,
Yep.
they don't want us to know this. It's, just.
That's why I always say knowledge is power. Knowledge is fucking
Yes.
power.
Yeah.
I'll just get in these spells. I'll sit and do nothing but read these KRS laws on everything, about it. That's how I found out so much. That's how I finally found out that Ben should have been charged with Priya.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
He should have had his cock chopped off with a fucking rusty serrated blade and rolled in the fucking dirt.
exactly. But
And even that's too kind. I want to take
And
to his
that
face.
big goofy cowboy boots he always wore.
yes, absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it just makes my stomach turn.
I thank God every day that I survived, and I thank God that I'm alive.
Yep.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a reason for it. There
There's a
has to
reason.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not going to stop. They've
No.
got
Well,
me.
good on you.
Oh man.
They want to make them be accountable for their actions. So guess what? I'm not going to stop. They're either going to have to kill me, or they're going to have to put me in jail for life because I'm not going to stop.
Yep.
No.
So
Good on you. And I'll fucking help you as much as I can.
Well,
Exactly.
listen, girl, I have to hop off here and get ready for my therapy appointment at 1. So
It was
good
so
talking to
good
y'all.
talking to you.
Yes, I had a blast. I will
Man.
come back and join you.
Well, come back
We
in
would
and
love
talk to
to
us.
have you.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
to have you. And thank you so
Okay.
much.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
Sabrina.
guys.
Love
Bye.
ya. No.
Her
I got
family and
goosebumps.
her's been through so much, but she is inspiring.
I got goosebumps.
She made me tear up a few times. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
know. I know.
was a mess. Because I know that feeling of wanting to protect your children, and so
Oh,
you
100%.
shut up and you hunker down and you
Yeah.
just take the
Take
abuse
it.
they're
Yep.
giving you
Yeah,
and
fucking
say,
oath.
okay, this is what's best for my kids, but
Yep.
it's not, but we
No.
we feel like it is. I mean,
Because
as
you're
mamas,
showing them that you're not worth fighting for. Almost. You know what I mean? Like,
they do.
yeah.
We're women.
Yeah.
We're
you're
nothing.
so oppressed in every way.
Yeah.
And it's time for fucking the sacred feminine to come back now.
Definitely.
Yep. Yep. I have completely ignored all of the comments and everything.
Wait,
I
catch
apologize.
up.
So I'll go through them one by one. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Because it's hard when you know all this information. Like she was telling me all this shit months ago, and to keep it quiet is so hard. Not being able to talk about it.
Right.
But
It's a shame. It's a crying shame.
yeah.
What
And we
they
still haven't-
allowed to happen. What they allowed
Yep.
to just slide by, like, you know,
The
like it
extent that
was
they
nothing.
go to, the lengths that they have gone to intimidate and manipulate and control is beyond me. Like,
It's like what's that movie back in the day? Stepford Wives, where
Yeah.
all the wives were, homemakers, and but to find out they had, that's how you feel. Stepford Wives.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of how
remember.
you feel when you come out of it and look back at it. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, and I'll admit I've been sitting here shaking in my boots, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then
I'm not
that's not
surprised.
going to get me nowhere. So
I don't know how Sabrina got past what happened to Jen. Like I probably would have pulled out there.
yeah, right there shows guts,
What
pure
the fuck
guts.
was going through her head then? You know?
Yeah.
Because they would have. I don't even know how they even met.
And
Like, how do you become? Like,
and I'll tell you what a great person Sabrina is. Like you said, during or before the trial, you can't, a lot said that couldn't be said, but she is really, really promoting Jen, Jen's memory, what a great
yeah.
gal she was, so, that made me feel really good that, she was, and almost in a way kind of honoring Jen with, because she never got to tell her story,
Did you get to speak to Sabrina around that time when that happened to Jen, or like did you know what her thought process?
I was talking about, she had, in our group chat thing we had, she had mentioned, Jen a few times, and, it kind of made me, it was sweet that, she was making sure, even though her voice wasn't heard, her name was heard, that she mattered too. And, it's sad.
And like her son, he just must be the shining light of her life. Like,
yeah.
And he stood by her the entire time.
Yeah. I said, the bond between mothers and kids, and is there's not anything to describe it really.
And you cannot explain it until you're a mother.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because I honestly can say I did not appreciate my own mother until I became one. And I think I got to about the 9-month mark, like when my first child was 9 months old, and I rang my mum and burst into tears. I'm so sorry, because she used to tell me how much of a shit of a baby I was.
Yeah, what little turd.
But they did things like, rocked me to sleep and, drove around the neighborhood and tried to get me to sleep that way and shit. And so, like, you only do what you know, yeah?
Right.
And, they'd tell me that my dad would fall asleep, his foot would be on the rocking chair, and he'd finally get me to sleep, and then he would have a, like, when you have a sleep and you have that jolt.
Yeah.
And that would wake me up, and I'd have to do another hour of rocking.
Have to start all over.
And I just said, I'm so sorry, Mum. Because at the 9-month mark, that was when my daughter, like, she slept through from 3 weeks old through the night. So at 9 months, she started waking up every 45 minutes. Every 45 minutes without fail. and I was breastfeeding. So I would just, bring her into bed
Yeah.
with me, pop her on. She'd fall asleep, put her back to bed 45 minutes later. A week of that, and I was ready to just throw her to the wall. I took her to the child maternal health nurse, and I went, here, take her. I had no sleep. I was exhausted, and I was beside myself. And she said, she's not getting through a sleep cycle. You have to let her learn to resettle. And we did the controlled crying for one night. Perfect. Back to fucking 14 hours. And then she slept so deeply, like when we were toilet training her when she was 18 months old or something. But yeah, we'd only just put the pull-ups on at night. But she would sleep so deeply, she would wee that much, she would wake up in a pool. And like she'd have been that all night. Her toes were wrinkled. She wouldn't wake her up. That's how deeply she slept.
Yeah.
Little turd. So
I said, and we do worry about what are they going to do. I mean, I remember in the beginning, when I started having cows over everything, I just remember Caleb looking at me sometimes and saying, Mom, you're making it harder on me. I'm getting pulled over all the time.
Yeah.
They're harassing me,
Other word, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. They would run it through him, just, and as a mother, you pull it back and, whatever you have to do for your child, and so I feel her when she said she seen his name and just you can't.
That's dirty. That's so dirty.
That was extremely dirty. And if I'm not mistaken, we was told that you have to give a witness list pretty ahead of time. But we was told in court that was his courtroom and he could do what he wanted to. So I don't know if that's what they were doing there. So
yep. Well, that was there was one I did the other night that had a last minute call, and the attorney didn't even know that they were on the list. So she couldn't organise any questions, nothing across examination.
And she told him, this day. I mean, I don't know how many times she kept saying, if you don't, this is contempt. This is, contempt.
Yep.
So I mean, they're ignoring 15 counts of.
At the same time, she never put forward the fact that there had been no visitation, and there should be some form of visitation.
Yep.
She never put that forward.
None. Well, she told us that day. She said, the way everything went, we'd probably get them back at the next court date.
No.
Nope. So not to worry about it, not to make you angry.
It's already been how long? Since September. That is.
Yeah. 8 months. We've been 8 months with, and that's no contact at all. And but they've had us on that every other weekend crap. And people don't understand. We had no CPS involvement, no abuse, no. It was just I took her to the visit and she wasn't returned.
It's just that not returning them. Fuck ya.
Yep.
You can't have them back.
Yep. And I'm going to run up here and lie and get an EPO against you. I'm going to
the next day. The next day.
And I'm going to ruin you. Yeah. But then all the all the things from that time till now that he's done, I mean, homeless and.
How can you provide a stable environment for a child when you're couch surfing?
Right. And our attorney called back in the courtroom that day, Jody, and let the guardian and let them know that he had come out and threatened her, and everything. So it's not like they can pull. They didn't know that happened. It happened in the courtroom in front of them instead of calling us back up and taking care of it. No, they pushed us out the door.
Probably more responsible for bringing that visitation up because she's supposed to be the voice of the child and the person that has an unbiased opinion and recommendation to the court. And she basically said, fuck all. Fuck all. Where's her report? Where is her assessments? Where is all that?
We've never seen any of them. I don't even know if they exist. I know me and Sarah went and done our interview, like in the beginning.
I'd be nagging the shit out of it. I want a copy now.
Yeah. Oh, she's one of those you can't ever get a hold of. She's another one that just, you know.
Do you know where her office is?
Yeah, it's Daniel Dotson's old office.
Right.
Shock.
Make yourself a coffee flask and a chair, a little camp chair, and just sit outside the door.
Let's go see it.
Every 5 minutes. Hello.
How you doing?
Yep. Got that document for me? Okay, I'll wait.
Listen, Sarah didn't tell me this until the other day. Nobody has ever asked for a USB copy, I guess, of the court date, because it was such a rare thing, and why it took so long was they had to have a computer expert, they said, come in and pull it off.
What?
Yes.
The video of the fucking court proceedings?
Yep.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
Oh.
No. Yeah, they said they had a computer expert come in and pull it off. I thought, well,
who presses record at the start of the day and stop at the end?
The bailiff and judge, or
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, just watching even Jimmy Kraft on the bench, he was zoned out. He was disinterested. He couldn't give two fucks. He wasn't listening.
Could care less.
No.
Eating candy,
Yeah.
just he's very professional.
Yeah. Reading a magazine. Even if he was just like,
yeah.
That's
yeah. So, and if that's what you're dealing with,
yep.
And there's no way around it, because the only way to get a different one is to ask him to let us have a different one. And that's just going to anger him. And he's already angry at something.
It's not. He is accountable. Indifference isn't an excuse. He still has to abide by the family court law.
Yep.
End of the day, there's a reason there is a law. And he's not been challenged about it ever, obviously, because no one's known to be able to do that.
Well, and then, like I said, to have him recused, most of your attorneys, like our attorney looked at us and said, I'm not making him mad.
Yeah. Because you think that's your only option, though. If that's the only option you're told, you don't know any better.
Right.
Yeah. So you think that's it. I can't do anything else, but you can.
Yes.
You absolutely can. There is rights. Parents have rights. They're your children.
Yeah. If you want to, we can show my testimony to show, the kind of inconsistencies and some of the evidence and stuff, because I found the orders. I found my little thing that had everything in it. But
sorry?
I said we can go over, some of the orders that I've found that we have, that they should be going by.
You've had that document in there that's directed at the Letcher County Sheriff's Office that gives them authority to go and retrieve her.
Yep.
And you thought the lawyer had to do that?
Yeah, they told me, because I asked them, and they said that I had to have an attorney. And then I started watching stuff about people doing it pro se or however you say it. And I got thinking, no. And then I looked it up, and you can file any document. If you're a citizen of Kentucky, you can actually have them charged if they don't take it.
Yes.
So I was like, what am I doing? Yeah. So,
well, you know what you got to do now.
Exactly.
Go get him.
Exactly.
Go fucking get him.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, I mean, for them to actually have to take, if they were to come in, that would be distressing for Scarlett.
Yeah.
So I get that would be my last resort.
Because we know he's going to act like a pure idiot. We're fully aware of it.
But She's not with him, is she? She's with the grandmother.
We don't know. We don't know. He
Oh,
went
yeah.
and took her.
Now, that's another legal. That's another fucking.
Yeah, we have no
You
idea
can go
where
to
she's
jail.
at. They won't tell
He
us.
can go to jail for this shit. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
if you choose
And
to
they're
go down
getting
that road.
ready to have another one. He's getting ready to have another kid. So it's like, what are you all doing? You know, she don't have custody of the other ones that she's got. You let him take
Is
ours.
this a new girlfriend?
Huh?
Is this his new girlfriend?
Yeah, his new girlfriend, yeah. They're getting ready to have a baby. Ain't been together a year. Getting ready to have a baby. So
I just don't understand, like, how he can even define himself as a parent when he couldn't even pay for his daughter's pull-ups. Like, for
he
fuck's
has,
sake.
he has lied about so much,
Yeah.
even to this girl's family, you know. And I've talked to him and stuff. And
He must have a 12-inch cock, I tell you, because he ain't fucking anything to look at. Like, what the fuck?
disappointment there too. I don't know.
Oh my God, really?
Well, according to my youngin, I don't know. So
Okay. Right.
not much there either. So I'm not
Jesus.
sure.
What the fuck is the attraction? Like, holy crap.
So I don't know, but you know, you've got the situation. You know, he stays unemployed.
Yeah.
You know, he hardly ever keeps the job. He doesn't have a home. He doesn't. You know, there's so many things that if we were in that situation, or
Mhm.
they were supposed to come do home visits. We never had that done. In the beginning, I looked at part of what the guardian ad litem's
Responsibilities are?
responsibility.
Yep, I looked them up too. Got none
And
of them.
so I figured they didn't tell us because they wanted to surprise us, just hi. And so I told Sarah, I said, they may pop in. I said, which I don't care. I ain't, there ain't nothing to hide. I don't care. And
So
so
she never
we
even
were-
came out to your house, the guardian ad
never,
litem. They're supposed
never.
to go to both parents' houses
Yep.
and assess. Yeah.
Yep. And nope, she has done nothing.
Has she even spoken to Scarlett?
Well, that day when he pulled that stunt in court, he
Yeah.
was ordered to turn around, take her back in, and let him talk to her that day. And we don't know what happened with that. We just know that when we got back to court, the next time was the one that was, on video. So I don't think they did anything.
And
He was ordered. He was also ordered that day to have a psychological evaluation, and no.
I'd be jumping up and down about that too.
I've
been enforcing that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I got to thinking about it, and
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. Add it in.
Yep.
I'll put it in.
Yep.
Add it to the list. Arsehole. Fuck them. Fuck them all.
Exactly.
Go to fucking hell. Fuck them. Enough is enough.
Yeah. It's time.
I've actually found out the other day because I've got another. I don't know if you've heard. Is it Matthew Levin?
I've been kind of keeping up with the chat.
Yeah.
I know there's a chat between, and I've kept up, kind of reading with it and stuff.
He's put a heap of stuff into the Google Drive, which I'm working my way through. But I didn't realize. Did you know in Kentucky you can actually be charged with a felony and be indicted by a grand jury without knowing a jack shit about it? No knowledge.
I did not.
Yeah. No knowledge. It's a specific law that's not used. Well, it's not used much anymore, but I think it's one of those laws that the prosecutors in Letcher County are taking advantage of. And it's called a directed. I have to look at the Google Drive, but hang on. Let me see if I can find it. It's a directed. I hate it when my brain doesn't work.
That's the thing, they leave us uneducated, kind of with things, and so we're struggling and floundering. Then they make you feel like you're an idiot They do.
Yep.
You go out and they just all look at you like, yeah, right.
And then they discredit you.
But then they're using every little loophole they can to make everybody's life a nightmare.
Yep. Oh, I haven't gone through and actually named them, so they're all image files. But yeah, basically, so him and his wife, like they've got 4 children, and they had one on the way. Like she was a month due at the time, and they'd asked. It was a friend of their mother's or aunt's, I think, who had this house on a property that needed a fair bit of work doing to it. And Matthew was fairly handy with that sort of shit. So they went and had a look at it, and they agreed that he would do up the place as he could at a reduced rate type of thing. But the place wasn't livable. So once he actually got in there was a lot more damage and a lot more things like black mold and shit and roof leaks and stuff that were going to take extra time. And he asked her for the additional time, the landlord. And for whatever reason, she immediately got her back up and started then threatening legal action against him for not paying rent or some shit. And they actually got charged with criminal misconduct or some generic load of bullshit.
Like criminal trespass or something?
No, it was... Where is it? I've got it here. Like, there's so many files that he's put in here. Let me see if I can find it. But
and
yeah,
and that's the thing. People and the uppy-ups in the courthouse don't realize that people got smart about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And we all started keeping notes and started keeping evidence and keeping files and keeping things to where, now you have people that have evidence. They
charged him with both of them, criminal mischief. And it's a Class D felony.
Right.
Charged both him and his wife and had them indicted, and they had no idea. The first they knew about it was when they
call it, sometimes they will call it a sealed indictment. I've heard about people being done that way with a sealed indictment, and they'll have a secret meeting.
Yes. Yeah.
And they'll vote whether there's enough evidence, and then you're indicted before you know. Yes. But they put your name in the paper.
Correct. Actually, it's on my messenger. He named it. It's called it's got to annoy me until I remember the name now.
Let me get my pen because I know I'm going to get to look at
But he kept everything. Like, he's got all the grand jury testimony, all the paperwork, every text message, everything. Where is it? A direct submission and a direct indictment.
I've never heard of it.
Yep. Felony criminal mischief charge 6 months after the fact. They was indicted 6 months earlier by a grand jury.
A direct...
What
was it called? Direct what?
Direct submission and a direct indictment. Yep.
Oh, my God.
Anymore. And so they've got felony charges against them, and they had to put up cash bond and everything.
Right.
Yep. So he really wants to get on and tell his story. So I've just got to get my head around that one now. In my spare time. And I had that, what is it, that 20-page forensic timeline, and I haven't even used it.
We got to go through it because you put a lot of work into it.
I'll go through it tomorrow. I'm doing Bedfields tomorrow, and it sort of ties in. So, yeah, that's all right. I can
get it.
Never mind. Oh, dear. All right. I've had this on the screen for a while, and I did want to address it. So Real Trump said the county jail is responsible, which means the sheriff is responsible. Correct. not the county jailer. Incorrect. The
Incorrect.
county jailer is absolutely 100% responsible.
I sent you on message just now. I sent it to you. Everything that he is responsible for
Okay.
on the
read that out.
Kentucky, and had they not done none of them?
No, I didn't realize the actual extent of his control.
Yeah.
And in the jail, I was surprised. I thought he was just in charge of the jailers, but no.
No, there's more.
The Kentucky Bill of Rights, Section 1 to 26. The Kentucky Constitution does not list a jailer's jobs duty directly. Instead, it lays out the rights of people, including inmates, and those rights define what a jailer is legally required to uphold. 1. The Kentucky Constitution says, so Constitution mainly does two things. Creates the office of jailer, which is an elected position in most counties, unless you're in Letcher County and you hand it to your brother because he's the next in line.
Yep.
It allows the legislature to define the duties. For example, Section 99 requires each county to elect a jailer. Allows the jailer's duties to be transferred to the sheriff if officers are combined. So you can't tell me if Mickey knew and he didn't tell the jailer.
Right. And you got to think at that time, you know, he was good friends with the judge. And so, you know.
Core legal responsibilities: custody of the jail and inmates, safekeeping of prisoners. Perhaps protecting them from sexual abuse comes under that heading.
I would think so.
Humane treatment of inmates. Okay. Maintaining clean and livable conditions. It's questionable. Providing food, medical care, and basic needs. Right. Ensuring someone has a shower every day.
Yeah, or wait that long until they have to beg for medical help.
Yep. Supervising staff and deputies. Oh, I think Ben was a deputy, wasn't he?
Yep.
Employed by the state. Yep. At the
Yep.
Letcher County Jail. Yep. Tick. Motherfucker.
So
Go
why
get you.
would
I'm
Mickey
coming
Mouse-
at you, motherfucker. I'm coming at you with everything.
Yep.
You're going down. Yeah. Actions of deputies, jail conditions, inmate safety. Basic human rights.
Yep.
Even though it doesn't name jailers' duties, strict limits on how inmates must be treated. Really? Yep. Protects life, liberty, and safety. Right. Prohibits arbitrary power. No abuse of authority. Really?
Yeah.
Right to due process. Protection against excessive bail and cruel punishment. 2099. Who's got bail until bond? Like, who's on parole for how many years?
Till 2099.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
child support. My buddy Ty.
And cruel punishment. Yeah. What about a broom handle? Does that come under cruel punishment? Yeah. Prohibits cruel punishment. This means the jailer is constitutionally responsible for ensuring inmates are not abused, not neglected, or subjected to unsafe or inhumane conditions.
Yeah.
You're not doing real well on the fucking bingo card there, Bert. Let me give you the tip.
No.
Provide humane living conditions. Follow court orders. Sure,
See, that one kind of surprised me.
Perhaps if he diverted some funds out of his own pocket, like from the actual funding pool of the jail, which he had access to the entire, like, what was it, 6.5 mil?
Well, I think that's what it is.
Yep.
And then, you know, you think how he handled it. Do we want his brother handling that much? I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a jailer's job is protecting the rights of every person within it. Oh man, I'm gonna so use this. Yeah. when those rights are violated, it's not just bad management, it can raise to constitutional violations and liability.
Yep.
Amen.
Yep. Yep.
Do not do not collect $200.
Yep.
What's that? All right, now let me go back on these comments. I'm a mile behind. And the second part of that is the sheriff's going to prison for life. I
don't see it.
I
but
don't believe it. No,
I don't see it.
that's my opinion. I don't. No, I think that at the very worst, it will be a plea deal, and it'll be for time served, and the judge will make an appearance at the next evidentiary hearing for the person really after. Yeah, that's my tip. Just quietly. The whole play is already drawn out. This is all false on the sheriff, and the sheriff's going to prison. Time will tell. The governor's in on it, darling. He ain't going to act. It goes all the way up to Andy Bashir and to his father before him.
Yeah, because his father's the one that appointed Kevin, and then you've got the whole connection with Ark and Cam Robin and
everyone. The district attorney, the state's attorney, they're all in on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Daniel Dotson, Jamie Hatton, all of them. All of them.
They've made a fortune off the back of our county.
Well, Real Trump said, okay, you guys got this all figured out. See you in 2 years. Good luck. Well, got any better ideas?
We're open to suggestion.
Correct. Correct. Those nails, what is it, in your freezer, swarming your face. They're coffin. Yes, they're coffin-shaped nails, yes. Hacker James Nathan Hargis hacked my bank account for $10K, bypassed daily. I actually want to get Brett Johnson on to see how they hacked Sabrina's phone and her son's phone, because they basically cleared out their bank accounts the week before so that they had no money. And it was to like they bought things on Temu and Amazon. Just completely emptied his credit card. Who has access? Who?
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was thinking, when my money was, so, it's a mess. Because it has to be somebody. I just don't see it on a county level, them doing it.
No.
I just don't see them able to do it.
It's at least a federal level, but even then, I think it's higher than that. Like,
I do.
I don't understand how people can access. I've actually got someone I need to ask, because I know someone who's a contractor for the FBI, and I actually spoke to him about your mum and the what's it called, elderly fraud or elder abuse.
Yeah,
because he had specifically been employed to do that, like to investigate those type of claims. Yeah. The feds. So I want to run it by him to see what level of authority that needs to be able to access someone's fucking bank accounts.
Right.
And there has to be a digital trail. There has to be. Like,
they're sloppy. I'm like you. There has to be something that would tie them back in with it, because, like I said, that there's a lot of sloppiness.
Yeah. And who better to ask than a cyber criminal?
Yeah.
It's good
to have a friend.
Yeah. Sabrina was saying that she would open up her phone, like she'd turn her phone on, and even like to this day, there would be new contacts in there that she'd never seen before.
Yes, or you go on Facebook and your phone's scrolling itself. I mean, like you're literally watching your stuff move in front of you, and you're not doing it. I mean, we've
Do you
had
know how
this
to? Do you know how to record that?
yeah,
How to screen
typed
record
over
it?
me so I can
Yeah.
I can do
Yes.
it because
Yeah.
I don't, not real savvy about it. But when Sarah wasn't home, I would get calls and it would say that my phone was not secure. I couldn't answer calls. So I was having to use another phone because it was such a mess. And so I thought, wow,
Yep.
it's surprising because,
Well, as you say, your phone is your life. It's got
it is.
everything, and everything is linked back to either an email address or a Google account.
Yep.
Everything. You think of how many places that you go online
Yeah.
where you have to put in your email and a password to access it. That's all they need.
Everything.
That's all
And
they
it's
need.
everything.
Yep. And that's linked back. If it's a Gmail address, it's linked back to a Google account. And if it's a, Hotmail, it's linked to something else. It's MSN, or it's all linked back to a, what do you call it? Provider. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Service provider.
Service provider or BP or not VPN.
Well, no, but an IP address. But
yeah.
I actually explained this to Sabrina earlier today, because when you, like, yes, we're streaming to YouTube, and perhaps they can track her IP address to where it's going, but it will only go as far as my StreamYard account, which is it's the step between the two.
Yeah.
So I have my internet, it streams to a platform which is called StreamYard, and then that platform then streams from there. And I have a VPN. So the worst that they can find is maybe my VPN, and that will tell them that I'm in Mexico. So they can't get through me to see where it's streaming. Does that make sense? So what they might be able to get to my IP address or my StreamYard account, but they can't get any further.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's safe for you to actually, if you wanted to say, like, even if you wanted to remain anonymous, put a false name, not use your camera.
Yeah.
They can't find you.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And a lot of people have that fear and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, and like I said, I'm excited about like the education end of it, to kind of get it out there to people and say, look, this is what we can do if we come together.
Correct.
We can do something, finally.
And they know that there are other people out there that have experience and are experiencing the same shit.
Yeah.
And they know that there is a potential option, and you can do it anonymously. If you get onto the Department of Justice website, you can definitely submit something online there anonymously if you like. That is completely fine. And that will also go to, like, what I might do is put up, I've done an instruction on how to fill out an affidavit in the context of what they need to say, to fit the whole motion. Does that make sense? Like, they need to show certain things, like they were abused, they reported it to who, what action was taken, if none, and the process, basically, that, and the time frame. That's all they need to show a pattern. And the more people that can show that goes to the weight of the actual motion itself. Does that make sense? And then that opens you up for the ability to claim compensation.
Yeah.
And no, there isn't. And again, there is no number that can replace any of that. But you're hitting them where it hurts.
Right. Because that's all they've been concerned about all these years is how to make a dollar.
And if it hurts them, fucking great.
Yeah.
Hurt them as much as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people, if you think between even just like the last 6 years, right? From 2020 to now, how many people do you reckon that have been through Letcher County Jail and experienced some kind of abuse?
Well, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Like she was talking about during that COVID time, you know, they had no access to their families on the outside, and we had no access to them. So we had no clue what conditions they were in, what was going on. I mean, that's when I believe it became a pure cesspool.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
that
it was before, but I mean, I believe that was the time they felt like, hey, nobody's watching.
Yep, they had
And
complete control. And that is another abuse of power.
yeah, they would turn
Yeah.
their phones off to keep them from notifying family outside what was going on. They would tell them phones are tore up, and they just shut the phones off where they couldn't call home to tell people, hey, we don't have heat. Hey, our cells are flooded. Hey,
Uh,
there's 16 people in a 3-man cell. They put a stop to that. So we had no access to what was going on really inside that jail at that time.
how can you submit another human being to that? Like, morally, like, I don't understand. They
No.
made a conscious decision
Yep.
to deny rights and to deny, like, for the sake of it. They didn't
I
have to.
think they see anybody sitting in that jail, no matter what they're in there for, it doesn't matter, as less than human. And that's how I think, it's easy for them to do all the stuff they do because, we're less than. We're not on that level, and so it's
Who are the correctional officers? Like, what training do they need to have to
they
do that?
don't. They don't. They you can probably get Sarah to, explain it, but I mean, as far as just some reading some things and everything else, and they wanted to throw up, that she didn't have her GED or whatever, but you hired her anyway. So I
Yeah.
mean, why throw out and try to,
Where's your
so they're
employment contract? Like, where's your
yeah, so, there's no training, you just go down there and apply. And they're so desperate. I mean,
is it good money?
no, there's just absolutely no jobs at all. And jobs like the jail, even though it doesn't pay very much, is considered an upper kind of level job, I guess what you would say, compared to working at fast food or something. So,
Got that power.
and then they get in that position and the power goes to their heads. And then next thing you know, we're
Well,
where we are.
that's one of the things I was looking at was there is actually a procedure and an eligibility criteria that correctional I think it's correctional service officers, CSO, have to go through. And there is a screening process. There is actually a form. I think it's a 3E form or something, and it's a screening form that's done externally. So you download the form from I think it might be the FBI or something like that.
Yeah.
And they fill out the form and it's submitted electronically, and then that report is held at that, and you have to log in as an employer with a specific code and to access that. But that is not to leave the database. Like, you're not allowed to print it off, you're not allowed to share it. Even the person that completes it isn't to know the answers. And that's supposed to screen them for their eligibility into that role. And Ben did that.
Yeah.
He completed it. I've got the form. Well, I've got the receipts and the signatures and the dates and shit that he did it. And then after that, if there is a red flag, they do a polygraph. They're subjected to that. And he did that as well.
And I heard that was a disaster.
I want to get my hands on it.
I heard
I
that
want to know
he
what
admitted
that.
to like drinking alcohol on the job and all kinds of stuff.
So what's the point of having that screening tool if it's ignored?
Right.
Like, you know,
I guess it covers their butts.
it
You
does.
know, it covers them to say, well, we did that, so
Yeah, but if the test shows that you weren't eligible and yet you still put him in the position anyway, you're asking for trouble.
right. And
Yeah.
they've done that. Yeah. Yeah.
So you know about the polygraph thing as well then?
Yeah.
That's obviously common knowledge. I want to know how to get it.
It
It has to
should
be
be
in
accessible.
at
Like
discovery.
I said, all these documents that we need should be accessible to.
I would have
I
thought
mean,
that Sabrina would have had it in her discovery.
yeah. I
Yeah.
reckon that's how they caught
Yeah.
him about them having sex upstairs in the courthouse. I reckon that's how they caught a lot of the things that
It should be part of
they
the
have been
employment
doing.
that she should have been able to access as part of her discovery.
Oh yeah,
Surely.
definitely that should have been.
Yeah.
Because that proved that he had,
His
the
position, use his power
two.
position.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That would
Because
be awesome.
he's swooned Angie,
Yeah.
So
Swoon. Oh. Ugh.
Yeah.
It makes me sick to my stomach. Who's ringing?
It's Mom's nursing home. I'm gonna hop off real quick.
Oh dear. Wow. 3 hours. Oops. I didn't have the intention of staying that long, and wow, I'm so don't make it that big. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. No one needs to see my face at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. No, I can see you, sweetheart. I just haven't had a chance to scroll through them all. Sorry. Ladies, keep you. Yes, Faraday bags for sure. Yes. And they definitely do know. How awesome was that? How awesome was that? It was really, really lovely to see her. Really lovely. Yes. It was a sealed, no. What did I call it? A direct. Oh, I've forgotten it again now. I don't know. It's gone to jelly. It's been too long. Well, I'm very pleased. Very pleased. I'm so glad that she actually came on. She wouldn't let me put her name on the thumbnail or anything, so that's okay. I think now that she's broken the seal, she'll be right. And I get that there is that element of fear. Absolutely. So it makes it even more special. So bless your cotton socks. It was lovely to see her and hear from the horse's mouth. Very good. Very good. All righty. Well, I am going to go and brush my teeth, take my makeup off, and hit the fart sack. That is right there. Next to my little man. Felix. Felix. Hello, darling. Are we coming to bed? Yep. He's the man in my life. Just quietly. So thank you very much for joining us again. We are doing the next one tomorrow night is Ben Fields. Just for something different. I can't even remember what the YouTube channel says, but yeah, what the thumbnail says, but yeah, we'll I know I've got a plan for it, and I'll deal with that when I wake up. All right, sweet. You have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. What's today? Wednesday over there, isn't it? Yes, it's Thursday morning here. Thank you for joining us again. if you could click that like button on your way out, that would be fantastic. That gets us out to a broader audience and gets us into the algorithm. They actually track the interaction with the stream. So any comment, any like, anything whatsoever, all goes to like how much attention is on that stream, and that's how they rate you into the algorithm. So even clicking those little love hearts on the side, everything, every interaction. So that would be awesome. Takes 2 seconds and it's free. So if you can't be good at it. Be good to your mum. And if we haven't proven that tonight, if nothing else, that she loves you unconditionally. Always. And hasta la vista, bitches.